50 weeks ago, the Timberlake Tigers were flying high into the Class C state championship game. Undefeated and top-ranked, it felt to many like Timberlake carrying the gold ball at a Ranger Field in Alva was a foregone conclusion. The Tyrone Bobcats were having none of that. They took home the gold ball last year as they beat the Tigers 41-20. Tonight on the Squirtle Game of the Week presented by High Plains Insurance, the same two teams meet again, a round earlier this time as a trip to the state championship game is on the line in this catfight. Good evening from Boomer Stadium in Woodward. I'm Tom Nelson with Adam Dieselhorst by my side. And Adam, two teams in similar situations as a year ago, and many of the same players in featured roles. This should be really, really good.
Yeah, and I think what you look for a lot late in these types of rounds of games in eight-man football is injuries. You know, injuries played a big role last year. I believe some of the Tyrone players are actually banged up too as well. But one thing the most noticeable about this semifinal compared to last year's semifinal that we called, not 20 inches of snow.
Exactly right. No doubt about it. Beautiful weather, temperature in the mid-50s, fantastic high school football weather for late November. For Timberlake, J.J. Pittman is healthy, which was not the case a year ago, and he limped through that title game after an injury the week before in that snowy game in Buffalo. He's a game-changing kind of a player, though.
Yeah, I mean, dynamic when he gets the ball in the open field, and in this style of game, if you beat the first level, it's so tough, and the kind of athlete that he is, along with Merrick Judd, which I know you'll mention him too as well, make it super difficult if they get him the ball in open space.
For the Bobcats, Ryland Johnson had 3 touchdown runs last year, including 2 of over 70 yards against the Tigers, and quarterback Kobe Williams threw 3 touchdown passes in that championship game, and they're both ready to reprise their roles tonight, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, just how physical they were last year. You know, a lot of people said they were so surprised at the outcome of that game, but people that were there watching said it really wasn't even a close game. Obviously, you see the score 41-20 at the end, and it was the physicality and the style that Tyrone played, and Tyrone did a good job of slowing down that high-powered offense. So let's see if they can do that again. I'm looking forward to it. You know, we got to interview Coach Bell early in the year, and we kind of felt like we would be back here again being able to watch this game.
Bobcats and Tigers, oh my, battling Woodward with a berth in the Class C state championship game at stake. It is 12-0 Timberlake. They take on 10-1 Tyrone. It's coming up on the Squirtle Game of the Week presented by High Plains Insurance.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
At Bellamy & Company, we know agriculture. Every day we actively value, market, and sell farmland and farm equipment. We also provide comprehensive insurance products for crops, farm equipment, and farm liability. This provides us a true understanding of the rural way of life, resulting in a better service for our customers. There is a difference. We'd be honored to show you. Find out more at callbellamy.com. That is callbellamy.com.
Alfalfa Electric Cooperative in Cherokee, Oklahoma is proud to be member-owned. We have been providing affordable and dependable service to communities in Oklahoma and Kansas since 1937. Ask about our Smart Hub app where you can pay your bills, report outages, and check usage. At Alfalfa Electric Cooperative, we strive every day to be the best we can be, and we encourage all our local athletes to do the same. Go Chiefs!
Timberlake and Tyrone for the Class C semifinal. The winner takes on next week, next week away, the state championship game in Class C as Mountain View, Gotebo, and Waynoka are playing right now. And we'll keep you up to date on that score as well. Timberlake 12-0 on the season, the champions of C3 against the 10-1 Tyrone Bobcats. They're the champions of C1. Tyrone coached by Josh Bell. His 21st year at the helm in Tyrone, 92 wins and 103 losses. They're the defending state champions in Class C. Brian Severin won his 200th game this year, his 28th year at the helm of the Tigers, 206 and 113 in his illustrious coaching career. Timberlake will get the ball first from Boomer Stadium in Woodward. We're so glad to have you with us on a fantastic night for high school football. Back deep is Merrick Judd for the Timberlake Tigers. Roberto Hernandez will tee it up at the 40-yard line. And let's play for a trip to the state championship in Woodward here tonight. So we're so glad to have you along for the ride in Woodward at Boomer Stadium on Squirtle. There's the kick. Taken at the 17-yard line. Here comes Merrick Judd to the 25, to the 30, bouncing right, 35 to the 40, stays on his feet across the 45-yard line in great starting field position for the Timberlake Tigers. First down and 10 at the 48-yard line. Tackle was made by Carlos Pimentel, special teams for Tyrone. And the Tigers will take over.
Well, Tyrone's going to have to be careful anytime they kick off tonight. They obviously were not overly aggressive on that, and Judd had all sorts of space.
Quarterback for the Tigers is Ethan Genling, 48 for 78 for 1,029 yards passing, 22 touchdowns and no picks. And on first down to J.J. Pippen right up the middle. I take it back, that's Carter Sands, 44 instead of 14. And tackle made by Caden Sanborn, a gain of 9 on first down to bring up second down and 1.
And as you see early, Tom, I mentioned it in the Jackson Bell, son of Coach Bell, has his hand casted up. I believe he broke his hand last week.
Second down and 1. It's going to be Genlink up the middle, and he is upended, but he will get the first down. Needed 1, and he picked up 2. They'll mark him down at the 46-yard line, or the 41-yard line, excuse me.
Well, this is something that we've seen from Timberlake, even though we haven't seen them this year, how multiple there are on offense. They'll run a lot of power game stuff, and then obviously you have to respect the speed on the edges too as well. It makes it really tough to defend them.
So on first down and 10, this time it's Carter Sands angling left. And a flag will fly, and most likely this is coming back. The tackle made is by Rylan Johnson. We'll call his name a lot. Rylan, the 5'10", 190-pound senior who made a big impact on last year's state championship game. We'll get a chance to get the starting lineups in here. First of all, offensively for Timberlake, the left guard is Cade Severin. The center is Colton Lormond. The right guard is Jacob Diller. The quarterback, Ethan Genlink. Running backs, J.J. Pippen and Carter Sands. The tight ends, Avery Wallace and Merrick Judd. So the penalty will push it back beyond the 40-yard line to the 44. And it will be first down and about 14.
This formation they like to run toss out of.
They'll hand off. This is J.J. Pippen, and he runs right into a defender and never went down, but they'll blow the whistle as his forward progress was stopped. The tackle by Rylan Johnson.
Yeah, you've called his name a bunch already. He is a player for sure.
He'll lose 2 on the carry. And that'll bring up second down and about 13. Rolling right as Genlink dumps it short to Carter Sands, incomplete. Take it back, that was J.J. Pippen. And so that will bring up third down and about 14. Ethan Genlink has carried the ball 29 times for 145 yards and 9 rushing touchdowns, but third down and 14 from the 45-yard line. Back to throw is Genlink. Directing traffic, going deep near sideline, and off the fingertips of his intended receiver, Avery Wallace. And he was kind of being a Patrick Mahomes,
yeah.
They're directing traffic, saying, go deep, young man.
And he had Pippen over the middle. I think that's what Coach Severin is telling him. They kind of released Pippen into – he was kind of in a crowd of people, and then he kind of broke free down the middle of the field, and he had him wide open over the middle.
So fourth down and 14. Ethan Genlink is the punter, so don't be surprised if he quick kicks this away. Now he's going to throw. Across the middle, ball is caught, first down, Avery Wallace. That's a first down, a big 4th and long conversion. Wallace with the catch down to the 32-yard line for Wallace. It's his 8th catch of the season.
Well, and, we talked about Avery being a kid that filled that role of the one guy they kind of lost last year, the dynamic tight end and defensive player. Wallace moved in from Ringwood, and obviously you see the impact he's already making in this game.
So they convert, 4th down and 13. Hand off to Carter Sands. And Sands will spin out of a tackle, then he's pushed back in a hurry, and that is Jackson Bell, who lowered the boom after a gain of 2.
Besides the first couple runs that Timberlake has, Tyrone's defended well up front in the run game stuff.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, 9:37 to play in the first quarter. Timberlake's opening possession out in the left flat to Pippen. J.J. to the 20, tackled from behind and pushed down to the 17 as he was tackled by Lane Noland. And a gain on the play from the 30-yard line.
They're going to try to measure this, it looks like. Well, that's going to be a long measurement. Looks like
On the football field, it's important to be able to count on your teammates. Looking for a teammate you can bank on? You found one at the Bank of Kremlin. They'll offer you a wide variety of services, including loans, CDs, and always great customer service. They are the team that offers more at the Kremlin, North Enid, Gultree, and Drummond branches, and at 430 South Oakwood. The Bank of Kremlin, banking with people you know. Member FDIC. Severin Mowing in Gultree is proud to support the Timberlake Tigers in tonight's game. Brandon Severin can make your yard or area look great. He can provide many services: mowing, weed eating, edging, leaf and sidewalk blowing, and more. He will service customers throughout the area, Enid, Gultree, Kremlin, and anywhere in between. Call 580-977-9333 or email severinmowing@yahoo.com. Let Brandon Severin make your property look spectacular.
Are you looking for a bank that provides excellent security and safety for your account information? Then Bank Central is made for you. When you use our website, bcna.com, you can pay bills, check account balances, download statements, and even manage your debit card. With our mobile app, you can do all that, plus make deposits as easily as taking a picture with your phone. Talk to a CSR at any of our 6 locations to find the products that work best for your banking needs. At Bank Central, we're centered on you. Member FDIC.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off. And I believe our audio issues are taken care of for the time being. As you see, an empty trip for Tyrone as Roberto Hernandez punts it away. And Timberlake will take over, first down and 10. They'll start their second drive of the ball game at their own 38-yard line. They lead 6-0. If you're just joining us, opening drive of the ball game, they went 10 plays, 52 yards, and 259 as J.J. Pippen scored from 13 yards out. Now they'll take over, first down and 10 at the 38. And this drive will start with 7:44 to play in the first quarter. On first down, and off to the near sideline, J.J. Pippen. And he was helped out of bounds, a little push by Danny Sanchez. And before all is said and done, he'll pick up 5 out to the 43-yard line to bring up second down and 5.
Well, Coach Turney told me that you sound good, Tom, so he can hear you. So we are back.
That's a good thing.
We are back. At least we didn't lose picture, So we've done that before. We've had some issues lately.
The fans, audio-wise, didn't miss too much. Pitch right side.
This could go.
There's Merrick Judd down the far sideline. Look at him explode down the sideline. He has one man to beat all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Merrick Judd for Timberlake.
Goodness.
For Merrick Judd, that's his 8th carry of the season, his 4th rushing touchdown as he scores from 57 yards out.
Boy, and he turned the corner and the Jets came on. I mean, just speed, and it kills, especially the way teams play nowadays.
So 7.5 to play in the first quarter, and Timberlake jumps out 12-0. They'll go for 2. Tom Nelson and Adam Dieselhorst with you at Boomer Stadium in Woodward, and a quick start for the Timberlake Tigers. But for the second time in this one, they will not get a 2-point conversion as the direct snap to J.J. Pippen, and he was tackled behind the line of scrimmage by Roberto Hernandez. 7:29 to play in the first quarter. Timberlake 12, Tyrone 0. You're watching the Game of the Week on Squirtle, brought to you by High Plains Insurance.
Eubank Haney Law Firm is proud to be a fan of high school sports. Andrew Eubank and Caleb Haney believe that clients deserve better. At the end of the day, that's how they measure true success. Their experience, confidence, and integrity ensures that your case will be handled in a reasonable, efficient manner, regardless of the legal situation you are facing. Get out of line and come to Eubank Haney Law Firm in Enid, Fairview, and Laverne. Call 580-234-4334 when winning is everything.
GSP Health is your source for quality health care for the whole family, with 4 convenient locations in Northwest Oklahoma to better serve you in Canton, Cherokee, Enid, and Medford, offering medical, dental, and behavioral health services, in-office and telehealth visits available. So call our office at 580-596-2800 or visit our website at www.gsphealth.org. Better access, better care, better health. GSP Health.
Well, Coach Brian Severin told his kids before this one, think about what happened a year ago, and Timberlake has come out in a hurry in the first quarter of this ball game, but there is an answer for Tyrone. One man to beat. If Merrick Judd can tackle him at the 10-yard line, give a lot of credit to Merrick Judd on the tackle as Rylan Johnson. They're going to make Tyrone have to work for it. First down and goal at the 9-yard line, but Merrick Judd, who went 57 for the touchdown, just saved the touchdown on the special teams tackle. First down and goal from the 9.
Well, you talk about 2 different times where he shows his speed off. He was on the other side of the field. I said he was gone, so I was wrong. Unbelievable job there of closing by Judd. Big answer for Tyrone, though.
That's huge for the Bobcats, down 12-0. Pitch left side. Turning it up and getting down to the 5-yard line is Dakota Kane, his second carry of the ball game. They'll mark him at the 6. So second down and goal from the 6-yard line. Dakota Kane, 86 carries for 659 yards rushing coming into the ball game, 9 rushing touchdowns. He is the leading ground gainer for this Bobcat team. Second down and goal. Trying to cut into this early Tiger lead. On the jet sweep, they'll stop it before it gets underway. Move them back 5, and Second down and goal at the 6. We'll turn into second down and goal at the 11.
You know, and that's just a tough situation. Obviously, Timberlake's first possession, too, they got a holding penalty. You can't knock yourself backwards against good teams.
So now it's second down and goal back at the 11-yard line.
Yeah, Tom, I got a question for you. How many times have you seen a green-colored high school team? Kind of a little besides Thomas.
You know what? I like it just because it's different.
Yeah, I like it too.
You know,
but there's not many.
There's not too many green teams.
Thomas is about the only other one I know.
Edmond Santa Fe.
There you go.
Second down and goal at the 11-yard line.
Got him.
Across the
Ooh,
middle.
good
Nice
coverage.
defensive play, and that is J.J. Pippin coming over to knock it away. Take it back. That's not J.J. That is Jaden Atkinson.
And that was a heck of a play coming across.
Kobe Williams didn't put enough onto that one. It was hung up there just a little bit. Leedy's a green team as well.
There
Don't
we
play
go,
football, but the green and basketball.
The Leedy Bison. And they can play some basketball as well as some baseball and many other sports down there.
So now it's third down and goal at the 11-yard line. Timberlake trying to get a defensive stop here. And direct snap right up the middle. That is Ryland Johnson, and he'll fall forward down to the 9. So after the 2-yard gain, it's going to be fourth down and goal from the 9-yard line. And if Timberlake can get the stop right here after the long return down to the 9-yard line, that'd be a huge confidence boost for a team that's already feeling it, leading 12-0.
And on the opposite side of that, a lot of momentum if Tyrone can find a way to put this in the end zone here.
Yeah, Carter Sands on that last tackle. And a timeout by Tyrone. They're going to think about this one. Fourth down and goal at the 9-yard line when we come back. 5:44 to play first quarter. Timberlake leads Tyrone 12-0. It's the game of the week on Squirtle, brought to you by High Plains Insurance.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
Tom Nelson, Adam Dieselhorst with you. John Cope, our spotter tonight, making the trip up from Watonga to help us out. It is fourth down and goal at the 9-yard line. Is now we're thinking of green teams. Leedy, Varnum, Adair.
Yep.
That gives us something to think about.
A lot of white and silver and black teams. We could probably make well, maybe not silver, though. That's kind of unique. Timberlake silver is.
It's a couple of teams in the Enid area, Timberlake and Pond Creek Hunter, using those black and white colors. Fourth down and goal from the 9-yard line. Big play right here. The pistol formation. Little play action, rolling right as Kobe Williams throws into the end zone,
coverage.
And it's knocked away, incomplete, and Timberlake with the stop. Great coverage. That's Merrick Judd that time. And Timberlake will take over, first down and 10 at their own 9.
And I like the play call. I thought it was a really good play call. I thought it was a well-thrown pass. But once again, Merrick Judd, the savior so far for Timberlake. He has been huge in this game.
Ampo.
There you go.
Another green team.
I got a text from Coach Turney. I'm going to guess he's got another green one, too.
Graham Dustin, and I got a bad story about Graham Dustin.
He sent us two, Bishop McGinnis and Muskogee.
There you go, the Roughers. That's Carter Sands with a couple of yards up the middle. It gets across the 10-yard line to the 11.
I think Fairview used to be green. They were the Grasshoppers. That's been a really long time ago, but they were green and yellow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like really pulling out some history.
Second down and 8 from the 11-yard line. Timberlake on top by 2 touchdowns and get a big defensive stop. Flag flies, most likely a hold on that edge, and the carry out of the 20-yard line. J.J. Pippin, but most likely coming back.
And I mentioned it earlier, Tom, but that's just what makes Timberlake so difficult to defend. They can spread you out. Now they go, power, and they're running an I formation. They're running lead and toss. And then they have a speed on the edges. Really, really tough to defend them.
A tackle by Jackson Bell. Yeah, talking about Graham Dustin, I did a Medford playoff game down there 3 or 4 years ago. They told me, we don't have a press box, but we'll put up a trailer for you, put it at the back of a pickup, put up a back of a pickup to set up in. And I said, I took my cell phone and I put on a headset and I walked the sidelines. I did play-by-play by myself and just walked the sidelines and called the game, which I'd never done before. So they'll decline the penalty.
They declined the first penalty.
Oh, the first one. There's 2 of them. Yeah. Okay. They'll mark it back to the 6-yard line. Half the distance will make it 2nd down and 13.
How about Jones?
Longhorns.
Yep.
Five minutes to play in the first quarter. 2nd down and long inside the 10-yard line. Right flat, there is Pippin. And Pippin is taken out of bounds back to the original line of scrimmage as he was chased down and tackled by Jackson Bell.
That was good defense there. Tyrone, because they had him beat by a lineman. It was just a great tackle. Just early on, just to let you know, in the other Class C game, Mountain View leads Winoka 8-0.
Here's 3rd down and 9. Big play for Tyrone right here defensively. Handoff up the middle. Needed 9. We'll pick up about 2, and that's it. Carter Sands on the tackle, and the tackle was made.
Looking at Class B scores real quick, Tom. Balco Forgan 16-0 quickly on Davenport.
Wow. I picked Balco Forgan in that game on the Pick'em show. That last tackle was made by Dakota Kane. It is 4th down and 6. And Ethan Genlink will kick this one away.
Ooh, good punt.
Nobody's back deep. This could take a pretty good roll, and it will. So it'll die at the 30-yard line. A great punt. The line of scrimmage was the 12, so that's going to be, 48 – is that a 68-yard punt? That is. 58-yard punt. 58-yard punt. That's a good one. So right now everything is going the way of the Tigers as they've had some, they back against their own goal line, that great punt. And Tyrone will take over at their own 30-yard line. This drive will start with 4:07 to play in the first quarter, and they trail 12-0. Early on in this one, Kobe Williams 1 for 3 passing for 6 yards. Dakota Kane 2 carries for 5 yards. Ryland Johnson 2 carries for 3 yards. 1st down and 10 on the jet sweep to Kane. Turns it up to the 39-yard line where he steps out as he was escorted out of bounds by J.J. Pippin. They'll mark him at the 40, a gain of 10, which that's a 1st down.
Well, they put a bunch of people on their back that time. Tyrone did. Great blocking out on the edge.
So 1st down and 10 at the 40-yard line as we won't take under 4 minutes to play as the ball ran out of bounds. The clock will stand at 4:02. Williams in the gun. Hands off on the jet sweep, trying to get to the far edge. That is Danny Sanchez. And Sanchez out to the 45-yard line, picks up 5. For Danny Sanchez, his 56th carry of the season. He had 450 yards rushing coming in with 8 rushing touchdowns, averaging 8.2 yards a carry. He picks up 5 right there.
Now, I like the play calling on this series for Tyrone. They've mixed it up a little bit, trying to get the edge, trying to do some stuff a little bit differently, and they found some stuff that they like so far.
2nd down and 5 from the 45. Pitch to the near side. And across midfield and on his horse, that's Ryland Johnson down to the 20-yard line, down to the 15. Big run by Ryland Johnson, and then, well after the play, a flag flies, and I believe that Avery Wallace might have said something. I think this is going to tack some more yards onto the end of the run.
Well, not only that, but I don't know if you noticed, but Merrick Judd was complaining to the official essentially about the whole way down the field on that play, so he was the first one to get a flag. So there may be 2 here.
It's a 42-yard gain. So the 42-yard gain, they're going to add a little to it, mark it down to the 7-yard line, and once again, Timberlake defense has their back against the wall. They were able to stop. They're able to stop Tyrone the last time. Now they're going to have to do it again as Brian Severin's going to call a timeout. 3:47 to play first quarter. Timberlake leads 12-0. You're watching the Game of the Week on Squirtle, brought to you by High Plains Insurance.
Planning an auction? Look no further than JKJ Real Estate and Auction Company to sell your real estate, farm machinery, vehicles, and equipment. Contact Keith James and Jerry Junkie in Enid, Lon Sturgeon in Mino, Doug Walker in Crescent, and Chad Greb in Helena, or LD Rapp in Wakita. Let their hard-working and experienced staff conduct a successful auction for you. Since 1968, JKJ Auction and Real Estate has been helping you say sold. At 1301 East Willow in Enid, 580-233-9800 and jkjauction.com.
47 to play in the first quarter. Timberlake leads Tyrone 12-0 coming out of the timeout, which I would say Timberlake head coach Brian Severin called to, in no uncertain terms, tell his kids to get their heads straight after the unsportsmanlike penalties.
Yeah, and I mean, more than likely maybe one of the players did get held, but, in high school football, I'm going to guess that 60 to 70% of the time there's a player getting held. I mean, the fundamentals aren't the best, and when people break loose to try to make a play, it's not very hard for a lineman to, maybe grab some jersey. But, hey, they need an advantage. They're the ones that never get talked about, so I don't really feel sorry for the skill guys every once in a while.
First down and goal at the 7-yard line for the Bobcats from Tyrone. Into the backfield, they're going to hand off to Dakota Kane, and he will pick up a yard, and that is it. As he was shut down, Avery Wallace, also J.J. Pippin. Second down and goal from the 6.
And they've got that play scouted, that counter action play that Tyrone likes to run there. Good job by Timberlake's defense. Very physical early on in this game.
I would say that if Timberlake could get the stop right here, that would be so huge in this ball game. It's really tough for Tyrone to move the football. And there's a handoff right side, and nothing doing to Rylan Johnson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Carter Sands puts the initial hit on him. So third and goal from the 6-yard line. 2-down territory here for Tyrone, trailing 12-0. Into the backfield. 3 receivers to the right side, and the direct snap. That's Connor Witt, and he'll turn it up and get into the end zone. That was Connor Witt. He is their backup quarterback. Kind of had him in there in the Wildcat formation, and he scores. And for Connor Witt, it's his 7th rushing touchdown of the season as he scores from 6 yards out.
Well, I like that play call, too, because always getting the edge and 8-man is a key, and that time I think they had him beat by a lineman up top, and great run, and boy, big answer by Tyrone. Great block out there by Coach Bell's son with the cast and all.
Pitch right side, 2-point conversion in to make it 12-8. And that run is Danny Sanchez. 2:37 to play in the first quarter. Timberlake 12, Tyrone 8. It's the Game of the Week on Squirtle Class C semifinals, brought to you by High Plains Insurance.
Protect your network with the most advanced security features available. With CanOkla's Managed Network Service, you can experience worry-free, managed Wi-Fi with automatic security updates and protection for all devices on your network. Be the hero by preventing viruses, blocking malicious websites, and receive alerts when suspicious activity occurs. Pair this with CanOkla's high-speed internet for the ultimate internet experience. Call 800-CAN-OKLA today.
CanOkla Networks is an equal opportunity provider, employer, and lender.
Tyrone scores in a 70-yard drive, 6 plays in a minute and a half as Connor Witt will score from 6 yards out. For Connor, that is his 54th rush of the season and his 7th rushing touchdown. And the 2-point conversion run by Danny Sanchez to make it 12-8. And that's a huge trip down the field for Tyrone.
Especially after the last possession where they got the penalty and stalled out and didn't score. What a fantastic answer there by Tyrone. Checking in on the other score, Mountain View leads 8-2, so Anoka must have got a safety. Looks like a baseball score right now.
Winner of that game takes on the winner of this game for the state championship next week. Short kick, angling toward the sideline. Carter Sands will cover it.
Good hit by
Go in the
Pippen.
wrong direction. Now he'll turn it back up and get back to the 39-yard line.
Jeez, J.J. Pippen put a shot on number 13 for Tyrone. Big hit.
Anthony Favala, the freshman for Tyrone, who was on the wrong end of that one. So the Tigers will take over first down and 10 from their own 40-yard line with 2:31 to play in the first quarter. Exciting, eventful first 12 minutes of this one, actually first 9.5 minutes. We've still got time left. Genlink.
Good run.
He'll take it up to the 44-yard line, picking up 4.
Just checking in some B scores real quick, Tom. Balco is all over Davenport, 22-0. Laverne all over Summit Christian, 22-3. Shattuck 16-6 over Pioneer, and Dewar just leads Sealing 6-0 early.
Well, I'll tell you what, Northwest Oklahoma 8-man football. That last tackle made by Dakota Kane. Second down and 5. Back to throw, Genlink across the middle, and Avery Wallace was being grabbed from behind. No flag. The pass was behind him, and it's incomplete. Yeah, Davenport has played B1 teams in the playoff the last 5 years. Or take it back, the last 5 times they've played B1 teams are 0-5. Balco, a B1 team. They don't like playing B1 teams.
Not a lot of people do. Let's just be honest.
And up here in Northwest Oklahoma, the schools up here have to contend with them all the time. J.J. Pippen has it left side. Stays on his feet to the 50-yard line.
He's going to be short.
They'll say he stepped out of bounds to the 49. Picking up 5. Tyrone tackle by Lane Noland. Danny Sanchez whiffed on one. And this will be really close. Pippen's third catch of the night. So it's going to be 4th and about a foot, maybe less than a foot, right at the midfield stripe. So clock rolls now, 1:50 to play in the first quarter. They've got a fullback, Carter Sands, and the halfback is J.J. Pippen. Quarterback sneak. Genlink has it and an extra yard or so. He'll get down to the 48. He will pick up 3. So for Genlink, his second carry of the night for 8 yards. That's a big one. First down and 10. 48-yard line. They'll move the chains and put the clock back in motion. They'll line up in that I formation again. J.J. Pippen right up the middle. Picks up 7 as he followed Carter Sands into the hole. Caden Sanborn on the stop. Second down and 3 after the gain of 7.
Now, this is a big drive both ways for both teams as Timberlake has not capitalized on all their opportunities, and Tyrone answered their late to get this a one-score game. So be anxious to see. They like to run toss and lead out of this formation, so be anxious to see what they do here.
4 carries, 22 yards rushing for J.J. Pippen. There he goes up the middle. First down and more down to the 30-yard line.
And that is a bread and butter traditional 8-man football play. They call that Utah or block down, kick out. And what they're trying to do there is they're going to just block everybody down inside, and they're going to bring that fullback to block that defensive end, and then it gives Judd basically a free run at anybody in the secondary.
Caden Sanborn and Carlos Pimentel on the stop. It's first down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Hand off to J.J. Pippen again. A flag will fly. So Mark Timberlake back 10 yards on the hold. Back to the 40-yard line. It'll be first down and 20.
You know, we talked about this on our Pick'em show, too, earlier on. The one thing that Timberlake you may see them run into is a little bit of having to deal with adversity. You know, things have obviously throughout the season, because of how talented of a team they are, come very easy for them. That they seem to be, you know, a little upset about things, complaining about calls a lot early on, and that can be to your detriment.
J.J. Pippen, and he'll get to about the original line of scrimmage before the penalty, to the 30-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 31, gaining 9. .43 yards on 6 carries now for J.J., the senior.
Looks like the quarter's going to run out.
They could let the play clock go down and go to the second quarter. I think that's exactly what they will do. So 1 quarter in the books in Woodward, Boomer Stadium. Timberlake leads Tyrone 12-8. And we'll take a break. You're watching the Game of the Week on Squirtle, brought to you by High Plains Insurance.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
We go to the second quarter. Tom Nelson, Adam Diesel Horse with you from Boomer Stadium in Woodward. Timberlake leads Tyrone 12-8. And as we come out of the timeout, it will be second down and about 12 after that nice run by J.J. Pippen. They're going to give him 8. It was first down and 20. Now it's second down and 12 after the 8-yard run, which came after the holding penalty. J.J. Pippen has scored in a 13-yard run. Merrick Judd a touchdown on a 57-yard run. And then Connor Witt scored for Tyrone from 6 yards out. Pitch left side. J.J. 20, 15, 10, 5. One man to beat.
Goodness.
And he just trucked Connor Witt as he goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
He just ran right over the defender. I mean, he went at him. We've seen him do that before last year in a couple of the games we called, but man, goodness.
31-yard touchdown run, and Connor Witt was in the wrong place at the wrong time. The 5'8", 140-pound junior took the shot from J.J. Pippen as he went into the end zone. They'll go for 2. The I formation wide out to the right side. Tight end left. They'll throw to the tight end. Wallace can't come up with it. And with 11:52 to play in the first half, Timberlake with 3 touchdowns and 0 for 3 on 2-point conversions leads Tyrone by 10. It's 18-8. We'll take a break. You're watching the Game of the Week on Squirtle, brought to you by High Plains Insurance.
State Senator Roland Peterson is proud to support and represent the players, coaches, and fans in today's game. Your state senator representing the 19th District, Roland is a second-generation farmer and educator, a man of faith, integrity, and family, and he is proud to be the voice of his constituents in Alfalfa, Garfield, Grant, and Kay County. Roland loves high school sports and knows that just being able to compete is a win. State Senator Roland Peterson, ensuring our faith, our freedom, and the future for our families for 4 more years, and thanking you for your support in the election.
Timberlake goes up by 10, capping the drive, which went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plays and covered 60 yards. And let's see here. It took 2 minutes and 39 seconds. And the score 18-8 after the 2-point conversion pass was no good. And Avery Wallace will tee it up at the 40-yard line. Back deep is Ryland Johnson standing inside his 20. So Wallace's kick, they're going
so-
to try the onside kick, and he covered it, and it did go
But you
10
can't-
yards.
you can't
He can't
advance
advance it, but it should be
Mhm.
Timberlake football.
It's that season, though.
We're getting into it. I haven't called a basketball game yet until now.
I was excited too.
And went 11 yards.
Yeah, I did. It should be Timberlake's ball. You just can't advance it. I noticed earlier in the first kickoff, Tyrone was not real assertive on the kickoff. Those frontline guys are going to have to be ready.
So Timberlake will get it just after J.J. Pippen scored from 31 yards out. They'll now start this drive in Tyrone territory at the 49. Early second quarter here. And, boy, I tell you, Timberlake can put a big dent in this ballgame if they can march down and score. They're up by 10.
Yeah, they definitely can. I know Coach Bell thinks that he touched it before he crossed over the 50, but I think he waited and was far enough past.
We got a good look at it up here.
Well, let's check some scores while we're waiting here. How about Balco Forgan 30-6 now? Shattuck 22-6 over Pioneer. Dewar 12-0 over Sealing, and Laverne is all over Summit Christian 36-3.
Yeah, that was quite obviously picked up across the 50 as I was watching, because I thought it was a great job of Avery Wallace just waiting for it to go 10 yards and then stepping across that 50-yard line and grabbing it.
Yeah, he definitely waited. It was a good call.
So Timberlake will take over in Tyrone territory.
And look for him to run that same running play, that toss left that they ran this last possession.
Tight formation. The two tight ends are going to hand off to Pippen. He hesitates for a moment, then will pick up yardage inside the 40-yard line, pushing the pile, pulling the pile, pushing the pile down to the 30-yard line. That's a 19-yard gain that was all J.J. Pippen.
And he gets up excited after that play. You know he's got to really want to play this game with not being able to play last year against this team and being 100%. So this means a little bit more for him.
My spotter, John Cope, I'm having him, tell me who made the tackle. He just said entire team. Everybody.
That's accurate.
J.J. Pippen was pulling them all. First down and 10, out in the flat left side, Pippen. And Pippen steps out of a tackle and falls down to the 25-yard line. He was able to shake. Looked like, was it Pimentel, I think, maybe over there? So a gain of 5 will bring up second down and 5 on the completion.
We'll check some Class A scores real quick. Morrison leads Tonkawa 6-0. Cashin is all over Woodland 21-0. Pahuska all over Elmore City 23-0. And Ringling and Pawnee, this is pretty shocking, 14-6 early.
Wow. First down and 10. Avery Wallace was open but couldn't make the catch on the sideline. So it'll be third down and about 5.5.
Quickly, we'll go to 2A. We have some network schools still playing in 2A. Number 1, Washington leads Rejoice 21-14. Eufaula leads OCS 14-7. Marlowe leads Cassia Hall 10-0, and Crossings trails Beggs 16-0. That was just 8-0, so Beggs must have just scored.
Third down and 6. Jen Link right side. Merrick Judd's wide open. Judd to the 10 and pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. And that was Ryland Johnson who saved the touchdown. And, boy, I tell you what, they gave him a lot of space out there. And Merrick Judd, with that kind of room, he's going to make something happen. He did right there. They're going to say he's out of bounds at the 12, a gain of 14.
I mean, it's so difficult because they got Pippen on one end, they got Judd on the other side, and they can just at any time throw it out there to him, the flats, for them to make a play.
Hand off to J.J. Pippen, and he'll get inside the 10-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 8, gaining 4. So Pippen now putting up some numbers, getting up near 100 yards. He's got 96 yards on 9 carries. 96 on 9 carries. And we won't be talking about him getting over 1,000 yards rushing tonight if this keeps up. He's up over 900 now. They're going to give it to J.J. Pippen. He fumbles the football. It's picked up. That is Wallace behind the line of scrimmage, who's going to be tackled back at the 15. Roberto Hernandez was back there. That ball popped free, and Avery Wallace was able to get it and tried to make something happen.
Well, I don't think Coach Sever was happy there because I think he was indicating that the play should have been kind of up the numbers, and it looked like Pippen tried to cut it back.
So now it's 3rd down and 13.
They like to play action out of this.
Genlink looking right side, back right corner of the end zone. Merrick
ball.
Judd touched. Oh, they're going to say he was out of bounds. They're
Thought he
going
might
to
have had a
say he
foot
was
in.
out of bounds. I thought he had a foot in as well. If you look down there, this field is played at Woodward High School, which is a full 11-man, 100-yard field, but they do have the 8-man field marked off pretty well. And I thought he got a foot in.
I did too.
But it will be 4th down and 13.
Heck of a throw and catch.
Back right corner of the end zone, the fade. So 4th down and 13. J.J. Pippen angles left, turns it up. He'll get down to the 11, which is well short of the first down, and that is where Tyrone will take over, a gain of 4 to the 12. Lane Nolan on the stop. So the Bobcats will take over, 1st down and 10 at the 12-yard line, their own 12. They trail 18-8. That's a big stop for them. And this drive will start with 9:21 to play in the first half.
Tyrone has had some big stops against Timberlake. Timberlake's been shooting themselves in the foot, penalties and fumbles. And
pitch to the near side. Dakota Kane will turn it up. Across the 15-yard line to the 17. He'll pick up 5. So Kane, that's his 5th carry. 21 yards. He came in with 658 yards rushing, 9 rushing touchdowns. If you're just joining us, J.J. Pippen on a 13-yard touchdown run on the opening drive of the ballgame to put Timberlake up 6-0. They go up 12-0 with 7.5 to play in the first quarter. 57-yard run by Merrick Judd. There goes Dakota Kane again to the right side, and he'll be bulldogged out of bounds by J.J. Pippen. Right around the first down, I believe he'll be a little bit short. Down 12-0, Tyrone put together a 6-play, 70-yard drive. Connor Witt from 6 yards out scored to make it 12-8 after the 2-point conversion. But Timberlake had an answer. 31-yard run by J.J. Pippen. They're 0 for 3 on 2-point conversions and lead 18-8. So the gain out to the 20-yard line, a gain of 3. Will bring up 3rd down and 1. Tight formation, handoff.
Got it.
Up the middle, and that's a 1st down. And that carry by Ryland Johnson. Tackle made by J.J. Pippen. 1st down to the 24. He picks up 4. Ryland Johnson, 5 carries, 49 yards rushing. His big carry of the night so far, 42 yards. 1st down and 10, 8:17 and clock rolling here in the first half. Timberlake 18, Tyrone 8. Tom Nelson, Adam Dieselhorst with you from Boomer Stadium in Woodward on Squirtle tonight. Handoff on the jet sweep, and Dakota Kane going nowhere. Merrick Judd made the initial tackle, and he was helped out by J.J. Pippen, and Pippen kind of piled on a little bit late, and you're glad there wasn't a flag there. Back to the 20-yard line, a loss of 4.
Well, in that time, Timberlake did a great job. Typically running the edge on Timberlake's difficult with the speed and the back end that they have, but Tyrone has found a little bit of success with it.
2nd down and 14 back at the 20-yard line. Empty the backfield, and now there's 5 the easy way, as I believe it was Colton Lormond who jumped. They'll give Tyrone 5 yards out of the 25. To bring up 2nd down and 9. Last year, the Class C state championship game, it was Tyrone 41, Timberlake 20. Timberlake has been thinking about that for the last 50 weeks. And they came out quick in this one and grabbed the early lead. 2nd down and 9. Fake the jet sweep. This is the quarterback, Kobe Williams, his first carry of the night.
Oh, that was actually not Kobe. Kobe was on the sideline.
You're right. That's Rylan Johnson. Avery Wallace in the stop. Oh, take it back. It was Connor Witt.
Yep.
Witt who had the touchdown run. Connor Witt, the backup quarterback. Didn't pick up anything. 3rd down and 9. Is he still in there?
Nope.
Get him right. Get Kobe Williams back into the contest. Kobe to throw.
Ooh,
Across the middle has a man. It is.
Oh, man.
It's Witt who kind of leaked out into the secondary between the seams. Just let him a little bit too much, incomplete.
I like that play call there.
Say Kobe Williams now 1 for 4 passing for 6 yards. It's 4th down and 9. And Roberto Hernandez will punt it away. He'll stand at his 15-yard line. Merrick Judd will stand at the Timberlake 45. We'll see what kind of return he can get on this. Connor Witt late to get out there. Lines up wide to the right. Hernandez's punt. That's a good one. That is a good one. Merrick Judd from the 34-yard line to the 45 to the 50, and he's tackled right there by Rylan Johnson. So Timberlake, good starting field position again. He'll take over 1st down and 10 from their 50, from the 50.
So far, credit to Tyrone. They've done a good job for the most part. I mean, I know Timberlake's put 3 scores up on the board, but they've held them a couple times, down there inside of the 10, and they've stayed in this game. Just a 2-score game at 18-8.
You take a look at Timberlake had started to drive the last drive at the Tyrone 49, got down to the Tyrone 12 and came up empty. 1st down, about 4 or 5 yards for J.J. Pippin. I took it back, it's Carter Sands, and he was slow to get up, and he's holding his left wrist. 5-yard gain for Carter Sands.
Well, Laverne is going to end it early, 52-3. And Balco leads 38-6.
B1, B1, B1.
How about this? Sealing and Dewar, 12-6.
All 4 B1 teams
Shattuck,
are
22-6
over Pioneer.
Got him.
Going deep to J.J. Pippin. He'll run under it to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown. And Ethan Genlink, that was beautiful.
Froze him. Pumped it.
The pump fake. J.J. Pippin down the far sideline, hit him in stride. 24-8. 45-yard touchdown pass for Ethan Genlink. It's his 23rd touchdown pass. For J.J. Pippin, his 5th touchdown reception. They'll spread the field here. They'll clear across the field. From the gun, left side, Merrick Judd takes the snap and gets in for 2. Well, they were 0 for 3 on 2-point conversions. They do what they can to pick one up there, and they get it. 26-8, 5:45 to play in the first half. We'll take a break. You're watching the Game of the Week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
It's no secret Pioneer Cellular cares about the students of our communities, because we're in your communities, with more retail locations than any other carrier in Western Oklahoma. It's no secret that we provide opportunities for students to learn remotely with distance learning plans and MiFi devices. We also help these schools live stream their games, so family members across the country don't miss the action. We sponsor schools and colleges because your children deserve the best. Pioneer Cellular. It's no secret.
Is your risk protection full of acronyms, PRFs, LRPs, the EUs, OUs, puts and calls?
This is Bambi from Sidwell Insurance.
And Brady from Sidwell Strategies. We put risk protection in practical terms. It's time to protect your crops and livestock.
Concerned about drought limiting your grazing or forage? Our pasture range item forage data takes 20 years of historical rainfall and calculates lost payments. Simply put, no rain means you get paid. Deadline is December 1st.
Call Sidwell Insurance and Sidwell Strategies at 800-299-2408.
Timberlake extends their lead, a 3-play 50-yard drive in just 41 seconds. Ethan Genlink to J.J. Pippin, a 45-yard touchdown hookup. Merrick Judd with the 2-point conversion run, their first 2-point conversion of the night. 5:45 to play in the first half. It's 26-8, Timberlake over Tyrone. Avery Wallace's kick angling toward the far sideline.
Call him offside.
I'm going to say he was offside, set him back 5 yards and try it again. You know, Ethan Genlink, that was a beautifully thrown pass.
The pump was great.
The pump fake, he sold it so well.
He did.
And then J.J. Pippen was off to the races.
You know, we talk about injuries, and Tom, you remember the semifinal game we called 2 or 3 years ago. I believe it's 2 years now, when they played Pond Creek Hunter in the semis at Northwestern and had the lead and had all the momentum, and then Genlink separates his shoulder in that game. And, you know, it seems like they've just been, struck by the injury bug. And I knock on wood when I say that, because nobody wants to see anybody get hurt. But, man, they've dealt with it.
And when it comes to injuries, they've been star-crossed over the past couple of years. Little pooch kick angling toward the far sideline will go out of bounds, which means that Tyrone will get really good field position here.
How about this battle out on I-40 in western Oklahoma? Clinton leads Elk City 10-7 at halftime, and Tuttle leads Poto 21-14.
That Clinton-Elk City game, big rivalry played in Weatherford tonight at Swazoo.
And obviously Coach Craig's analysis of the Poto-Tuttle game was spot on. He thought that game would be a one-score type game. Could have gone either direction, so at least we know we're picking the right coaches for our Pick'em show.
That's exactly right. Be looking for that coming up around Wednesday next week. Got some great picks. So from the 47-yard line, that is where this drive will start for Tyrone with 5:45 to play in the first half, and they're trailing now 26-8. So pretty good starting field position. Plenty of time for an explosive offense like by Tyrone, but they would love to get one here before halftime.
Ooh, big hole.
Right up the middle, Kobe Williams across the 50-yard line down to the Timberlake 46. Ethan Genlink with the tackle. A gain of 7 brings up 2nd down and 3. Kobe Williams, gain of 7.
I like that play call there. A little speed option into the boundary over. Well, actually, it was into the open side of the field, but good run there. Good decision by Kobe.
So we'll tick down to under 5 minutes to play in the first half. 2nd down and 3 for the Bobcats. Pitch left side. Oh, it's going to be a throw to wide open. That's Gonzalez.
Good play call.
Or Hernandez, excuse me. It's Roberto Hernandez, and Hernandez down inside the 10-yard line of the 9. Trickeration worked well. Merrick Judd on the tackle. Roberto Hernandez, the 6'5", 200-pound senior.
How do you beat an aggressive defense, right?
Exactly
Reverses
right.
And quick plays, and a great play call there. I didn't see that coming.
Trickeration down to the 10-yard line. Gain of 36.
What is it about the Panhandle and tall wide receivers? We saw Hooker earlier on this year. They had a 6'8" wide receiver. Tyrone's got a 6'5" wide receiver.
That was Rylan Johnson on the completion. And speaking of Rylan Johnson, he'll get down inside the 10 to the 8.
And man, Timberlake has done a great job on Johnson tonight. He was somebody that hurt them badly last year in the state finals game, and they definitely have had him bottled up so far.
He had the one long run of 42 yards, but other than that, a carry of 1 yard, 2 yards, no yards, and 4 yards, then 2 right there. So it's 2nd down and goal from the 8-yard line as we tick to the 4-minute mark of the first half. So Kobe Williams over here on the near sideline with Rylan Johnson talking to head coach Josh Bell, and they'll burn a timeout. Let's pay a bill or two. 3:45 to play in the first half. Timberlake 26, Tyrone 8. It's the game of the week on Squirtle, brought to you by High Plains Insurance.
Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales in Mino has what you need to keep your business rolling, whether over the road or on the farm. Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales has a current selection of highway and farm trucks to get the job done for you. From sleepers, day cabs, and grain trucks, to dump trucks and more. Give Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales a call at 580-776-2245. Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales in Mino. Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Now, this is the third time that Tyrone's been inside the 10-yard line. They've only scored once as Timberlake, after they took over at the Timberlake 9-yard line, Timberlake stopped them on 4 downs inside the 9. And last time they got inside the 10, Connor Witt scored from 6 yards out. And here they are again at 2nd down and goal from the 8-yard line, as Tyrone can crawl back into this ball game if they can score here, down 26-8 with 3:45 to play in the first half. Into the backfield in the gun. That's Witt again. Witt will tuck it up and run. He goes right, reverses field back to the left, and gets down inside the 5-yard line to the 3. So he'll pick up 5 for Connor Witt, his 3rd carry of the ball game. So now it's 3rd down and goal from the 3. They've got 2 downs to get it in the end zone right here. Really quickly, I don't think we ever got a chance to get in the offensive linemen. The guards for Tyrone, Lane Noland, and Jackson Bell. The center is Wyatt Johnson. Caden Sanborn and Roberto Hernandez, the tight ends. Kobe Williams, the quarterback. Dakota Kane, the running back, and Ryland Johnson, the fullback. 3rd down and goal from the 3. Ryland Johnson
Touchdown.
To the edge, touchdown. So for Ryland Johnson, that's his 7th rushing touchdown of the season as he scores from 3 yards out. And they're a big part of this ball game now, back to 26-14 with under 3 minutes to play in the first half. They've got a lot of weapons. So they'll go for 2. Pistol formation.
Oh, nice. Shovel
Flips
pass.
it forward to Dakota Kane. He'll be short. 2:52 to play in the first half. Timberlake leads Tyrone 26-14. We'll take a break. You're watching the Game of the Week on Squirtle, brought to you by High Plains Insurance.
At Bellamy & Company, we know agriculture. Every day we actively value, market, and sell farmland and farm equipment. We also provide comprehensive insurance products for crops, farm equipment, and farm liability. This provides us a true understanding of the rural way of life, resulting in a better service for our customers. There is a difference. We'd be honored to show you. Find out more at callbellamy.com. That is callbellamy.com.
Alfalfa Electric Cooperative in Cherokee, Oklahoma is proud to be member-owned. We have been providing affordable and dependable service to communities in Oklahoma and Kansas since 1937. Ask about our Smart Hub app, where you can pay your bills, report outages, and check usage. At Alfalfa Electric Cooperative, we strive every day to be the best we can be, and we encourage all our local athletes to do the same. Go Chiefs!
$2:52 to play in the first half, and Tyrone cuts into that Timberlake lead, now 26-14, capping a 5-play drive. Covered 53 yards in 2 minutes and 53 seconds, and Ryland Johnson on the 3-yard touchdown run. And their 2-point conversion was no good. And now Roberto Hernandez will kick it away from the 40-yard line. Roberto Hernandez was a very good Major League reliever, wasn't he? They'll try the onside kick, which is covered by Wallace, and Wallace has running room, and he'll be tackled inside the 30-yard line, chased down and pushed out of bounds by Caden Sanborn. I'll tell you, Avery Wallace, the kid who transferred in from Ringwood, he's been a big part of tonight's game.
You know, and I think it was Schloop was the name of the kid.
Dylan Schloop.
Dylan Schloop,
yeah,
that graduated last year. I mean, he was a stud for Timberlake last year. So, you know, you lose him, and you insert Avery Wallace, and helps you not skip a beat.
First down and 10 from the 30-yard line. J.J. Pippin tries to get to the edge and turns it up, and he's tripped up, or he might have been gone. And he will gain 6 down to the 24-yard line.
And that was our guy Avery Wallace again. Heck of a job there. Edge blocking, stretch blocking. As far as blocking.
Yeah,
on that
gotcha.
play.
So Pippen now over. Let me make sure here. He's over 100. Actually, he's right at 100 yards. 12 carries, 100 yards rushing for J.J. Pippen. 967 on the season. Second down and 4.
There he goes.
J.J. to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown.
It's going to be a hold.
Back at the line of scrimmage, there is a flag. We talked about the fact that Timberlake, they've blown everybody out this year. Until tonight, when Tyrone scored, nobody scored on Timberlake since October 22nd, which is a month ago.
So did they wave the flag off?
What did they call?
Oh, they called a cut block? On
Tyrone, touchdown.
Bryce helped us out.
So it is a 24-yard touchdown run by J.J. Pippen. That'll make it 32-14.
I made a few trips through Helena and Goldtree this weekend to go back for Thanksgiving in Cherokee.
The Helena Goldtree McWillie.
I went through.
Nash.
I make a lot of trips through there on my way out to watch Northwestern play too, as well.
Yeah, there's
it's beautiful country out there, but you better be on high alert for deer.
Well, there are not too many people in the McWillie, Helena, Jet, Nash, Goldtree metropolitan area tonight because they're all populating the stands across the way.
There are a bunch of fans over there from Timberlake.
Spread the field. Merrick Judd. Same play they ran last time. This time he'll try to turn it up, and he'll come up short of the goal line. 2:09 to play in the first half. Timberlake ups that lead to 32-14. We'll take a break. You're watching the game of the week on Squirtle. It's brought to you by High Plains Insurance.
On the football field, it's important to be able to count on your teammates. Looking for a teammate you can bank on? You found one at the Bank of Kremlin. They'll offer you a wide variety of services, including loans, CDs, and always great customer service. They are the team that offers more at the Kremlin, North Enid, Goldtree, and Drummond branches, and at 430 South Oakwood. The Bank of Kremlin, banking with people you know. Member FDIC. Severin Mowing in Goldtree is proud to support the Timberlake Tigers in tonight's game. Brandon Severin can make your yard or area look great. He can provide many services: mowing, weed eating, edging, leaf and sidewalk blowing, and more. He will service customers throughout the area, Enid, Goldtree, Kremlin, and anywhere in between. Call 580-977-9333 or email severinmowing@yahoo.com. Let Brandon Severin make your property look spectacular.
Well, Timberlake has now scored in their last two possessions. The most recent, a 24-yard touchdown run by J.J. Pippen. Pippen now with 4 touchdowns, 3 runs and a reception for a touchdown, as he's making up for the lost time that he didn't get in the state championship game a year ago when he played very injured.
You can just tell he looks possessed. I mean, obviously the kid plays hard in every game that we watch, but, man, he has got an extra burst, which is not a good thing for Tyrone or anybody out there in this class.
That last drive, 2 plays, 30 yards in 37 seconds. 32-14, 2 minutes and change left.
Oh.
That squib kick was taken on a line on the front line. That is Caden Sanborn. Went back a couple of yards, and that is where Tyrone will take over, first down and 10. And the drive will start at the 43-yard line. They're still in this ballgame. They've got an explosive offense. But I'll tell you what, they score here before halftime. That would be huge.
Yeah, it would be.
Because they will get the ball to start the second half.
And they've been, I mean, I feel like, Tyrone has answered every call so far. Been put into some bad spots, too, as well, and, kept Timberlake out of the end zone a couple times.
Stick around at halftime. We'll check all the stats and scoring from the first half of this one. On first down, Kobe Williams going deep. Has Hernandez. Merrick Judd on the coverage, incomplete. Going for the downs. Kobe Williams is incomplete his last 4 passes. He's 1 for 5 for 6 yards. Though, take it back. Roberto Hernandez has a catch as well, 2 for 36.
Yeah, he had the one on the the pass from the tailback.
Yep. Oh, that's right. That wasn't Kobe Williams, though. So, yeah, I'm correct. I just didn't get my stat sheet right. I have 36-yard hookup from Ryland Johnson to
Boy,
Roberto
that was
Hernandez.
a good-looking throw there by Williams.
Really was. So 2nd down and 10. Clock stop with 2:02 to play. Three to the left side, one to the right. And before the play gets underway, the play clock runs out. So move them back 5 yards.
That will be a penalty.
Back to the 38-yard line. And you're looking at a situation here. Timberlake has 2 timeouts remaining. If they could get a stop here and get the ball back, they might be in a position. 2nd down and 15. Kobe Williams, left side ball. Oh, it's dropped. It hit Dakota Kane right between the 4 and the 2, and that'll stop the clock. 3rd down and 15. So now 3rd down and 15.
You know, obviously, you do not want Timberlake to get the ball back with 1:48 to go, as explosive as they are on offense.
They have a good shot at getting into the halftime locker room up 38 or 40 to 14 if they get the ball back. Kobe Williams to his left, looking left. That's where Hernandez is. Now nobody's open.
Have to come back.
He wants to run, and he'll pick up about 3 or 4, which if I'm Brian Severin, he's going to call a timeout, he will. Timberlake's going to burn a timeout here to stop the clock with 1:34. It'll be 4th down and 12 or so, as he picked up 4 to the 42.
Well, here's an interesting score, which I know we're going to talk about some scores at half, but this one's notable before the half. How about Pawnee leading Ringling 20-14 at halftime?
Wow, Ringling.
And Cashin is up 21-8. Morrison's still up 6-0, and Pawhuska is all over Elmore City, which does not surprise me. I'm telling you, a lot of people counted Pawhuska out early in the year because they lost a couple of games early to Victory Christian and Hominy.
Good teams.
But they also had 3 of their best players out early on in the year. I'm telling you, we saw that team a couple times last year. You know, they lost to Cashin. A lot of people obviously lost to Cashin last year. They are dynamic, you know, so it's going to come down. That semifinals, those 4 teams that make it in A is such a grind. There are a lot of good teams, in my opinion, that were in Class A this year.
Yeah, next couple of weeks will be fun. They're a week behind Class C.
Hey, how about this, Tom? Dewar leads at Sealing 18-14.
Wow.
And Balco Forget is all over Davenport. I remember on the show, Davenport had shut out 3 teams out of the last 4 or 5 games. Balco's got a 52 spot before halftime.
All 4 B1 teams are still playing, and 3 of them are ahead, and the 4th one is.
Well, Laverne's going to win at 68-3 before half. So
are they going for it on 4th down? They will. This is
They're
big.
On a screen. They got it,
screen
too.
pass, left
goodness.
side, Danny
Get
Sanchez. Sanchez will come up short.
I mean, wait on your blockers.
Was that Avery Wallace who made the huge tackle?
Yeah.
It looked like it was going to go for the yards necessary, but they'll come up short, and Timberlake will take over. It's a gain of 8. They needed 12.
Well, he didn't wait on his blockers. The other part about it is, too, is those blockers need to go find people. What a heck of a play defensively there by Timberlake. But, man, big mistake for Tyrone.
So Timberlake will take over. Plenty of time, 1:28 to play. And they'll take over at the 50-yard line.
Oh,
Timberlake, left side, Carter Sands. Looked like Dakota Kane may have got there a beat early, but no flag.
Well, he had Pippen over the middle on a post route. Tyrone Smith got lucky there.
Genlink is thrown for 87 yards. He's 7 for 12 for 87 and a touchdown pass. 2nd down and 10, clock stopped, 1:24 to play. Hand off to Carter Sands, angling left. Hernandez just still hasn't slung him down. Finally, they'll say his forward motion or forward progress was stopped. at the 44, losing 6. So 3rd down and 15. Clock rolling, 55 seconds to play in the first half. Genlink to throw. Pump fake. Going deep, left side Pippen, and incomplete. Pippen was covered over there by Carlos Pimentel. And now it's 4th down. So Timberlake took a couple of shots, had the big loss. And they'll most likely punt it away with 46 seconds to play.
You know, Merrick Judd has been the guy that's really on most pass plays that's been the most difficult person to cover. They're going to go for it.
They're going for it.
Goodness.
And so now Timberlake will give the ball to Tyrone at the Timberlake 44-yard line. Interesting. So now with 39 seconds to play in the first half, Brian Severin has a lot of faith in his defense right here as they'll take over at the 39.
Interesting play call, too, because it was 4th and, I mean, they had 4th down and about Forgan.
Yeah, it was 4th and long. So they've got time here, 45 yards from the end zone, 39 seconds to play. This could be an opening for the Bobcats. Williams chased, flushed. Throw it away.
Goodness, that's
incomplete.
risky.
It really was because he tried to throw it away, but didn't throw it away very far out of bounds, and J.J. Pippen was down there, as was Merrick Judd. They were the closest players to it. So 2nd down and 10. 29.6 seconds to play in the first half. Yeah, Roberto Hernandez trying to find the big tight end, but nobody was open. Hernandez will line up in the slot to the right.
Ooh, good
Little
coverage.
crossing pattern is caught. Not enough yards right there as Ryland Johnson is tackled. Clock will roll with 21 seconds to play. The timeout called. So Tyrone will burn the timeout, which I believe is their last.
I like that play call. Just good job there by Timberlake because they dropped most of their guys back into coverage. That was 99 Cade Severin, right, on that play.
So the gain of 1.
Now what relation would he be to Coach Severin?
I believe that he is a nephew. Correct,
yeah.
Yes. So the 1-yard completion. I know that his daughter Kylie is across the way cheering tonight, Coach Severin's daughter. She was a great basketball player.
She was.
At Timberlake.
Saw her play a lot. That was back when my wife coached at Pond Creek Hunter. They had some battles with the Timberlake girls back then. Some good teams Timberlake had. Yeah, that's right. She did. She did tear her ACL, I believe. Her junior year, maybe.
So here is 3rd down and 9, 21 seconds to play. Good people at Timberlake.
You ever had that apple pie at the market there in town?
I haven't had the apple pie, but I've eaten there before.
Oh, my gosh.
I've eaten there before, but not the apple pie. Now I know what to get next time. 3rd down and 9. 2 wide to the left side. Williams across the middle, pass incomplete. Now 4th down and 9 with 16 seconds to play.
You know, that's the one thing you got to be careful if you're Tyrone throwing the ball into, coverage with the, if you look at the back end of Timberlake, you definitely don't want it. Yeah. You don't want that ball coming the other direction full speed.
4th down and 9 from the 43-yard line.
I would think they would do something conservative here, maybe hand off.
Well,
Nope.
Flag.
Oh, a little hitch and pitch.
They were trying to go for the hook and ladder there, the hitch and pitch to Hernandez, who was going to flip it to Ryland Johnson, but there was a flag.
Call it a legal shift.
11 seconds on the clock.
I mean, that would be better than throwing an incomplete pass, right? I guess it isn't. It's penalties decline. It's going to be Timberlake's ball.
So Timberlake has a shot here if they want to try it with 10 seconds to go.
Well, you know they will.
So from the 44-yard line, Timberlake with a chance. So they got a quarterback with an arm and a lot of speed.
I might just throw it up to 12 and let's see what he can do.
And they've got a timeout. Wide receivers left and right. And Genlink will hand off to J.J. Pippen. Pippen to the far sideline. And he steps out of bounds with 5.5 seconds to play. So he'll pick up 4 as he was tackled by Carlos Pimentel. Yeah, there have been, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possessions in the last 2 minutes and 45 seconds of this game. Here in the end of the first half. Gain of 4 that time by J.J. brings up 2nd down and 6. Near side, they'll get it to Merrick Judd, and Judd with running room inside the 35-yard line. That'll be the final play of the first half, and he's down at the 31. So on that final play of the first half, he will gain 22. 22-yard hookup from Genlink to Merrick Judd. And we've arrived at halftime in a great first 24 minutes for the Timberlake Tigers. They lead Tyrone 32-14, but make no mistake, Tyrone gets the ball to start the third quarter. That first possession is going to be huge. This ball game is not over. 8-man football, anything can happen.
Yeah, and they started this game 5 or 6 minutes early, and it took them an hour and a half to play that first half. So we might be here a while. But yeah, I think if you're Tyrone, you got to like how the first half went. Obviously, you're doing the best you can against this dynamic offense. You missed a couple of opportunities deep to put a little more pressure on Timberlake, but they're right there. Obviously 3 scores, and you're still in this game, and I'm anxious to watch the second half.
We'll take a break. Halftime from Boomer Stadium in Woodward. Timberlake 32, Tyrone 14. You're watching the game of the week on Squirtle, and it's brought to you by High Plains Insurance.
Are you looking for a bank that provides excellent security and safety for your account information? Then Bank Central is made for you. When you use our website, bcna.com, you can pay bills, check account balances, download statements, and even manage your debit card. With our mobile app, you can do all that, plus make deposits as easily as taking a picture with your phone. Talk to a CSR at any of our 6 locations to find the products that work best for your banking needs. At Bank Central, we're centered on you. Member FDIC.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off. Eubank Haney Law Firm is proud to be a fan of high school sports. Andrew Eubank and Caleb Haney believe that clients deserve better. At the end of the day, that's how they measure true success. Their experience, confidence, and integrity ensures that your case will be handled in a reasonable, efficient manner, regardless of the legal situation you are facing. Get out of line and come to Eubank Haney Law Firm in Enid, Fairview, and Laverne. Call 580-234-4334 when winning is everything.
GSP Health is your source for quality health care for the whole family, with 4 convenient locations in Northwest Oklahoma to better serve you in Canton, Cherokee, Enid, and Medford, offering medical, dental, and behavioral health services, in-office and telehealth visits available. So call our office at 580-596-2800 or visit our website at www.gsphealth.org. Better access, better care, better health. GSP Health.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
Planning an auction? Look no further than JKJ Real Estate and Auction Company to sell your real estate, farm machinery, vehicles, and equipment. Contact Keith James and Jerry Junkie in Enid, Lon Sturgeon in Mino, Doug Walker in Crescent, and Chad Grebb in Helena, or LD Rapp in Wakita. Let their hard-working and experienced staff conduct a successful auction for you. Since 1968, JKJ Auction and Real Estate has been helping you say sold at 1301 East Willow in Enid, 580-233-9800 and jkjauction.com.
Protect your network with the most advanced security features available. With CanOkla's Managed Network Service, you can experience worry-free, managed Wi-Fi with automatic security updates and protection for all devices on your network. Be the hero by preventing viruses, blocking malicious websites, and receive alerts when suspicious activity occurs. Pair this with CanOkla's high-speed internet for the ultimate internet experience. Call 800-CAN-OKLA today.
CanOkla Networks is an equal opportunity provider, employer, and lender.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
State Senator Roland Peterson is proud to support and represent the players, coaches, and fans in today's game. Your state senator representing the 19th District, Roland is a second-generation farmer and educator, a man of faith, integrity, and family, and he is proud to be the voice of his constituents in Alfalfa, Garfield, Grant, and Kay County. Roland loves high school sports and knows that just being able to compete is a win. State Senator Roland Peterson, ensuring our faith, our freedom, and the future for our families for 4 more years, and thanking you for your support in the election.
It's no secret Pioneer Cellular cares about the students of our communities because we're in your communities with more retail locations than any other carrier in Western Oklahoma. It's no secret that we provide opportunities for students to learn remotely with distance learning plans and MiFi devices. We also help these schools live stream their games so family members across the country don't miss the action. We sponsor schools and colleges because your children deserve the best. Pioneer Cellular. It's no secret.
Is your risk protection full of acronyms, PRFs, LRPs, the EUs, OUs, puts and calls?
This is Bambi from Sidwell Insurance.
And Brady from Sidwell Strategies. We put risk protection in practical terms. It's time to protect your crops and livestock.
Concerned about drought limiting your grazing or forage? Our pasture range item forage data takes 20 years of historical rainfall and calculates loss payments. Simply put, no rain means you get paid. Deadline is December 1st.
Call Sidwell Insurance and Sidwell Strategies at 800-299-2408.
Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales in Mino has what you need to keep your business rolling, whether over the road or on the farm. Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales has a current selection of highway and farm trucks to get the job done for you. From sleepers, day cabs, and grain trucks to dump trucks and more. Give Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales a call at 580-776-2245. Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales in Mino. Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
At Bellarmine Company, we know agriculture. Every day we actively value, market, and sell farmland and farm equipment. We also provide comprehensive insurance products for crops, farm equipment, and farm liability. This provides us a true understanding of the rural way of life, resulting in a better service for our customers. There is a difference. We'd be honored to show you. Find out more at callbellamy.com. That is callbellamy.com.
Alfalfa Electric Cooperative in Cherokee, Oklahoma is proud to be member-owned. We have been providing affordable and dependable service to communities in Oklahoma and Kansas since 1937. Ask about our Smart Hub app where you can pay your bills, report outages, and check usage. At Alfalfa Electric Cooperative, we strive every day to be the best we can be, and we encourage all our local athletes to do the same. Go Chiefs!
Halftime in our Class C semifinal, and the Timberlake Tigers lead the Tyrone Bobcats 32-14. Let's go back and recap and tell you how the first half played out. Timberlake had the ball to start the ball game, took over after the opening kickoff on their own 48-yard line, marched down 10 plays, 52 yards in 2 minutes and 59 seconds. J.J. Pippin scores the first of his many first-half touchdowns on a 13-yard run. Two-point conversion run was no good, 8:53 to play in the first quarter, and Timberlake led 6-0. Tyrone, their first possession, Timberlake shuts them down, and Timberlake took over at the Tyrone 38-yard line. And Merrick Judd scored on the second play, 57 yards, capped a 62-yard drive, 2 plays in just 15 seconds. And the two-point conversion no good, 7:29 to play in the first quarter, and Timberlake on top 12-0. Tyrone got the football back. They ended up after it was a kick return down to the 9-yard line, if I remember right. And I'm trying to sit here and think about how they got down to the 9 to start that when Tyrone got to the 9-yard line. They started the drive at the Timberlake 9-yard line, and Timberlake shut them down, went forward on fourth down, came up empty. So Timberlake with their backs against the wall defensively, shut down Tyrone. So Tyrone started the drive at the 9-yard line, not able to score. And Timberlake took over on their own 9, went 3 and out. And that set up Tyrone at their own 30-yard line. They go 70 yards in 6 plays in 1 minute and 30 seconds, and it was Connor Witt scoring from 6 yards out. Two-point conversion run by Danny Sanchez made it 12-8. 2:37 to play in the first quarter. Timberlake needed to answer, and they did. 8-play, 60-yard drive in 2 minutes and 39 seconds. It was J.J. Pippin scoring for the second time on a 31-yard touchdown run. Once again, the two-point conversion pass, no good this time. 11:52 to play in the first half. It's 18-8. Timberlake. Couple of empty trips, one each way, and then Timberlake took over at midfield in the 50-yard line. And a big 45-yard touchdown pass from Ethan Genling to J.J. Pippin, 45 yards. Merrick Judd with a two-point conversion capped a 3-play, 50-yard drive in just 41 seconds. And with 5:45 to play in the first half, it's now 26-8. Timberlake on top. Tyrone needed an answer. They got one, a 5-play, 53-yard drive in 2:53. Ryland Johnson scored from 3 yards out. Two-point conversion run no good. So 2:52 to play in the second quarter. 26-14 the score. And a quick answer for Timberlake as Tyrone tried the onside kick, and Avery Wallace picked up the onside kick and rumbled down to the Tyrone 30-yard line. So they start the drive at the Tyrone 30, and they score in 2 plays. J.J. Pippin, the 24-yard touchdown run. Once again, the two-point conversion was no good, and the score with 2:09 to play in the first half, 32-14. And that is how we stand at halftime as Timberlake trying to punch their ticket to the state championship game and get past a Tyrone team that knocked them out in the state championship game a year ago. And they're halfway through this one with the 18-point lead, 32-14. We'll take a break. We'll take a look at the stats when we come back. You're watching the Game of the Week on Squirtle, brought to you by High Plains Insurance.
On the football field, it's important to be able to count on your teammates. Looking for a teammate you can bank on? You found one at the Bank of Kremlin. They'll offer you a wide variety of services, including loans, CDs, and always great customer service. They are the team that offers more at the Kremlin, North Enid, Goultry, and Drummond branches, and at 430 South Oakwood. The Bank of Kremlin, banking with people you know. Member FDIC. Severin Mowing in Goultry is proud to support the Timberlake Tigers in tonight's game. Brandon Severin can make your yard or area look great. He can provide many services: mowing, weed eating, edging, leaf and sidewalk blowing, and more. He will service customers throughout the area, Enid, Goultry, Kremlin, and anywhere in between. Call 580-977-9333 or email severinmowing@yahoo.com. Let Brandon Severin make your property look spectacular.
Are you looking for a bank that provides excellent security and safety for your account information? Then Bank Central is made for you. When you use our website, bcna.com, you can pay bills, check account balances, download statements, and even manage your debit card. With our mobile app, you can do all that, plus make deposits as easily as taking a picture with your phone. Talk to a CSR at any of our 6 locations to find the products that work best for your banking needs. At Bank Central, we're centered on you. Member FDIC.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off. Eubank Haney Law Firm is proud to be a fan of high school sports. Andrew Eubank and Caleb Haney believe that clients deserve better. At the end of the day, that's how they measure true success. Their experience, confidence, and integrity ensures that your case will be handled in a reasonable, efficient manner, regardless of the legal situation you are facing. Get out of line and come to Eubank Haney Law Firm in Enid, Fairview, and Laverne. Call 580-234-4334 when winning is everything.
GSP Health is your source for quality health care for the whole family, with 4 convenient locations in Northwest Oklahoma to better serve you in Canton, Cherokee, Enid, and Medford, offering medical, dental, and behavioral health services, in-office and telehealth visits available. So call our office at 580-596-2800 or visit our website at www.gsphealth.org. Better access, better care, better health. GSP Health.
Halftime in Woodward, Timberlake over Tyrone, 32-14 in the Squirtle High School football game of the week presented by High Plains Insurance. This Class C semifinal matchup. Let's take a look at the numbers in this one. First of all, for Tyrone, 20 rushes for 101 yards on the ground, led by Ryland Johnson, 7 carries for 54. Dakota Kane has 7 carries for 20. Kobe Williams, 2 carries for 11, and Connor Witt has 3 carries for 11 yards, including a 6-yard touchdown run. Through the air, Kobe Williams and Ryland Johnson combined to go 4 for 13 for 51 yards. Johnson was 1 for 1 for 36. And Roberto Hernandez a couple of catches for 42 yards. Ryland Johnson a catch for 1, and Danny Sanchez a catch for 8 yards. 33 offensive plays for 162 yards for Tyrone. For Timberlake, on the ground, 23 carries for 206 yards. J.J. Pippin, 14 carries for 128, 3 rushing touchdowns. Carter Sands has 6 carries for 13. Merrick Judd has 1 carry for 57 yards, and Ethan Genlink has 2 carries for 8. So 23 for 206 on the ground, and Genlink is 8 for 16 for 109 yards passing, including a 45-yard touchdown hookup to J.J. Pippin. Pippin caught 5 balls in the first half, 4, 5, 4, and 45 yards. Merrick Judd, a couple of receptions of 12 and 22 yards, and Avery Wallace caught a ball for 13. 39 offensive plays for 315 yards in the first half for Timberlake. And on the scoreboard, they lead Tyrone 32-14. We'll take a break. We'll take a look at the Squirtle scoreboard before we get back to second half action. And you're watching the Game of the Week on Squirtle, brought to you by High Plains Insurance.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
Planning an auction? Look no further than JKJ Real Estate and Auction Company to sell your real estate, farm machinery, vehicles, and equipment. Contact Keith James and Jerry Junkie in Enid, Lon Sturgeon in Mino, Doug Walker in Crescent, and Chad Grebb in Helena, or LD Rapp in Wakita. Let their hard-working and experienced staff conduct a successful auction for you. Since 1968, JKJ Auction and Real Estate has been helping you say sold at 1301 East Willow in Enid, 580-233-9800 and jkjauction.com.
Protect your network with the most advanced security features available. With Can Oakla's Managed Network Service, you can experience worry-free, managed Wi-Fi with automatic security updates and protection for all devices on your network. Be the hero by preventing viruses, blocking malicious websites, and receive alerts when suspicious activity occurs. Pair this with Can Oakla's high-speed internet for the ultimate internet experience. Call 800-CAN-OAKLA today.
Can Oakla Networks is an equal opportunity provider, employer, and lender.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
So glad to be back with you. Halftime coming to an end here as Timberlake on top of Tyrone, 32-14. Tom Nelson, Adam Diesel Horse with you and the Squirtle crew. And let's go ahead and take a look at the Squirtle scoreboard. These playoff games from across the state. Morrison leads Tonkawa 6-0. That ball game now in the fourth quarter.
Crazy.
I thought it'd be a defensive struggle. It's been a defensive struggle. How about this big game in 5A? Collinsville leads Carl Albert 19-14. 3 to play in the third quarter. We talked about this game. 6 to play in the third quarter. Pawnee leading number 1 Ringling 26-20.
Crazy.
Pawhuska rolling Elmore City Purnell 47-0 in the third. Lincoln Christian leading Heritage Hall 19-14. That ball game in the third quarter. Eufaula over OCS 31-7 in the third. Poto and Tuttle tied at 21 in the third quarter. Shattuck leads Pioneer just down the road here, down Highway 15. They lead that ball game going into the fourth quarter 30-6. Balco Forgan, no trouble with Davenport tonight, 52-12. That ball game just starting the second half. Mountain View Gotebo over Waynoka. The winner of that game takes on the winner of this one. It's 34-2. Mountain View Gotebo at the half. McAllister over MacArthur, 28-0 in the third. Marlowe over Cassia Hall, 24-7 in the third. Dewar now leads Sealing 26-14. That ball game late second quarter. Cashin over Woodland 28-8 in the third quarter. Laverne has beaten Summit Christian 68-9. And Holland Hall over Verdigris 21-6. That ball game in the third. Rejoice trailing Washington at the half in an offensive extravaganza 35-21 halfway through that one. Clinton over Elk City 10-7. That ball game going into the third quarter. Beggs over Crossings Christian 28-0 at the half. And the ball game here, Timberlake over Tyrone, 32-14. Cashin, as we said, leading Woodland 28-8.
So what game on that list besides Pawnee and Ringling surprised you the most?
Let's see here.
Because Pawnee and Ringling's the biggest one for me.
Yes, I would agree with that.
I'll tell you another interesting thing.
Balco beating Davenport as bad as they are.
That's another one.
Yep.
How about this in 2A? All the public schools beat the private schools, or currently beating the private schools.
Wow, that is saying something.
4 private schools, 4 public schools left. Is that right? Yeah.
Wow.
So public schools are beating You got a 28-0 Beggs over Crossings. You have Marlowe over Cassia Hall 24-7. You have a fall over OCS 31-7 and Washington over Joyce Christian.
Wow. We're just about ready for the third quarter here, and you talk about, Tyrone's going to get the football. They're trailing 32-14. They are not out of this ball game. 8-man football, anything can happen, but they really need to score on this first drive of the third quarter to kind of set the tone and change the momentum a little bit.
Well, and I think they just need to stick with what they were doing. I mean, obviously, they've had some success offensively. I like what Coach Bell did as far as changing up the offense some and trying to get the edge a little bit, because it seems like most of the scouted plays that they're running, Timberlake's done a really good job of combating. But I think this is a big possession here. Would be a big drive if they go down and score. It kind of changes the complexity of the game.
Timberlake, 315 total yards in the first half. Tyrone just 162.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of yards. 315. With the second half to go. Avery Wallace will kick it away. Ryland Johnson back deep, standing at his 20-yard line for Tyrone. He'll try the onside kick. Gets covered by the up man. That time, Carlos Pimentel didn't wait for it to go 10 yards. He jumped on it, so now Tyrone going to have good field position here. 30 or 49-yard line to start this drive.
Yeah, good start there by Tyrone, and that's what they needed the time before on the onside to have number 5 there be aggressive on the onside kick. But I tell you what, that's tough. Wallace does a good job of running hard at that ball when he kicks it. I think it's tough to defend.
So first down and 10 from the Timberlake 49-yard line. The lead is 18. That's 3 possessions. And on the jet sweep, they try to find Dakota Kane, and he hadn't done a whole lot tonight. They've had him sniffed out, and he will lose yardage. Let's see where they're going to mark him. They'll mark him back at the 41-yard line. Now they're going to move it up a little bit to the 43. And a loss of 8.
Well, and right off the bat for Tyrone, not a very good job up front blocking there. I mean, that was obviously pretty obvious. Once they handed the ball, they're about 4 guys into the backfield.
And Dakota Kane, 8 carries for 12 yards after that 8-yard loss. That last play was blown up by Cade Severin. Give him credit. Now another play going backwards, but there's a penalty flag here, and it's going to go against Tyrone.
Boy, and this is not the way, obviously, Tyrone wants to start the second half.
They just lost 4 more on that play. Who carried that ball? Did you guys notice?
That was 42 again.
Okay, that was
Kane.
Dakota Kane, who's just going backwards. He's lost 12 yards on 2 carries here to start the second half. Back to the 39. And once again, that was Cade Severin. 2 back-to-back plays for him. And Tyrone is going the wrong direction. First minute of the third quarter. So third down and 22. So Williams.
Oh.
They're going to do the hook and ladder this time.
Goodness.
And Kane just took a knee. The ball, Hernandez made the catch and flipped it back to Kane, who just went to a knee.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Back at the 36-yard line, so he loses 3 more, and this is, wow, horrible opening drive to start the third quarter.
Yeah, and Tyrone, a lot of their key players are acting like they're banged up pretty bad too. And then now they don't have a person in on punt. This is not a good way to start the second half for Tyrone.
So 2 minutes into the third quarter, and we talked about how important it was for Tyrone to get something on that opening possession. They just went backwards.
He didn't even have his helmet.
And so coming to the near sideline is Yahir Delgado. So Roberto Hernandez will stand at his 25-yard line. Back deep is Merrick Judd. He could get a good return here. Kick is high and hangs up in the air. And will angle toward the far sideline and go out of bounds. So a good pump by Hernandez out of bounds At about the 27-yard line, that is where Timberlake will take over. And wow,
that thing went into orbit.
It sure seemed like it. And that was the last thing Tyrone wanted to do to open up the third quarter. They just went 3 and out and went backwards. They'll mark it at the 25. So Ethan Genlink, who is 8 of 16 passing for 109 yards and rushed a couple of times for 8 yards, will bring it up. And J.J. Pippen on first down didn't pick up anything. Picked up a couple, I guess, out of the 27-yard line. J.J. Pippen, a big first half, now 15 carries for 130 yards rushing. Second down and 8.
Tuttle takes the lead over Poto, 28-21.
Friday night after Thanksgiving means great high school football in Oklahoma. There's J.J. Pippen again, steps out of a tackle, cuts back to the right. First down yardage and more across the 35-yard line out to the 37. Move the chains as J.J. picks up 10.
What is his tally so far now?
I got him at 16 for 140.
Man.
And 3 rushing touchdowns, one receiving touchdown, the 45-yard touchdown catch. So here comes the third play of the drive, first down and 10. Genlink to throw. Across the middle, wide open is Avery Wallace, 30 to the 25 to the 20, and he'll be tackled maybe inside the 10-yard line, down to the 4, but Avery Wallace, that was a nice-looking play as Wallace just slipped into the secondary. And Ethan Genlink just flipped it over the linebacker, and Wallace was off to the races. They're going to mark him at the 5-yard line.
Now, play action works well whenever you're running the ball in chunks like they are, and, they go play action and they hit Wallace over the middle. It's tough to defend him.
It's a 58-yard hookup, the second catch of the night for Avery Wallace. He has been big tonight in this ball game. The transfer from Ringwood. First down and goal at the 5, pitch to J.J. Pippen. Pippen to the end zone. Second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Tigers.
Man, he ran over 2 guys again over on the side. Good block there. Lead block by 44 for Timberlake. That is
Carter Sands. J.J. Pippen, 5 touchdowns tonight, 4 rushing. That'll make it 38-14. That's Pippen scored from 5 yards out. They'll spread that formation all the way across the field, and Merrick Judd will take the direct snap, low snap, and now he fumbles.
Man, they have been bad on.
Now he throws to the end zone, and this will be complete.
Man.
That play was not dead because Merrick Judd had fumbled. And he got up and picked it up and threw it toward the end zone. But the 2-point conversion, no good. 8:46 to play in the third quarter, 38-14 Timberlake. We'll take a break and be right back. It's the Game of the Week on Squirtle, brought to you by High Plains Insurance.
State Senator Roland Peterson is proud to support and represent the players, coaches, and fans in today's game. Your state senator representing the 19th District, Roland is a second-generation farmer and educator, a man of faith, integrity, and family, and he is proud to be the voice of his constituents in Alfalfa, Garfield, Grant, and Kay County. Roland loves high school sports and knows that just being able to compete is a win. State Senator Roland Peterson, ensuring our faith, our freedom, and the future for our families for 4 more years, and thanking you for your support in the election.
Timberlake scores in a 4-play, 75-yard drive. J.J. Pippen runs it in from 5 yards out. 2-point conversion pass is no good. 8:46 to play. Third quarter, now 38-14 as Timberlake looking to get to 13-0 and to most likely take on Mountain View Gotebo, which is, I think, the matchup a lot of people wanted to see.
Mm-hmm. If I'm going to circle anything so far by the performance of Timberlake is penalties, some mental mistakes, and then obviously the 2-point conversion issue could play a big factor down the road in the finals game. They need to get that cleaned up. I think they're 1 of 6 now.
Short kick is taken off the bounce by Ryland Johnson across the 40-yard line to the 42. Our old friend Brenda Sidwell asking me tonight, Did Waynoka play tonight? They did, and they're trailing Mountain View Gotebo. So it looks like it will be Timberlake and Mountain View Gotebo. At this rate, there's still plenty of time left in this ball game. It is over now.
48-2. Yep.
So Waynoka goes down 48-2 tonight, getting the safety. And Mountain View Gotebo waits to see who they will play next week. Right now, Timberlake with a 38-14 lead. So the drive will start at the 42-yard line with 8:42 to play.
And I would suspect that the finals game will be either played at Southwestern or Northwestern is what I would suspect.
And I'm guessing based on what it sounds like they're trying to do, I'm gonna bet it's going to be at Southwestern because they're going to try to find some place roughly halfway between Mountain View Gotebo and Timberlake.
And a lot of times it has to do with who wants to host. And I know that Northwestern, especially for the 8-man, has been typically somebody that's been more willing to host than others.
Yeah, pretty recently they have been. Boy, there for a while. We were going to SWAZU every year for state championship games. That 5-yard penalty makes it 1st down and 15.
Well, and that time they just ran right by the play, but there's going to be a hold.
Dakota Kane again. He's had a long night. That was actually probably his best run of the night, but it's coming back. Boy, we've had a lot of penalties tonight.
Not as many as the Choctaw Booker T. Washington game that we called. What was it, 47 penalties? I think in that game. Was that right, Bryce? Like 47?
Wow.
It was ridiculous.
You and Todd Miller had a long night that night.
Oh, goodness.
So the ball resting back at the 30-yard line after another penalty.
You know, it's good to be back calling 8-man games, too.
I do enjoy calling 8-man football.
I love it.
So now 1st down and 22. Back at the 30-yard line. Right side ball caught by Hernandez,
Good
tackled
coverage.
immediately. Staying home, making the tackle.
Ginlink.
Ethan Ginlink. Ginlink, a linebacker, staying close to that tight end. So it'll be a loss of 1.
Now Morrison just scored again. It's 12-0 over Tonko. It looks like Morrison will win that game.
12-0, and those defenses is more like 25-0.
Cashin scores again, 34-8. And Ringling scored again, 28-26 in the 4th. And obviously Pawhuska's all over Elmore City.
2nd down and 23. And before the play gets underway, play clock got down to 0, I believe. Is that what it is? I think the play clock got down to 0. This will be delayed game. Yep. So back to the 25-yard line now. And I got to tell you, this second half, Tyrone is playing like they're ready for basketball season, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they have not been very locked in, obviously. First possession, I believe they were at a 4th and fairly long.
Fourth and a mile or two, yeah.
4th and a Woodward Main Street, and now they've got a.
Well, they started the drive to start the second half at the Timberlake 49-yard line and lost 13 yards, basically.
They got 4th down in Liberal, Kansas now.
Yeah, so we've got a timeout on the field. We'll go ahead and keep this one right here and remind you that next week we'll be somewhere, going to pick up a semifinal game along the road to the Gold Ball somewhere.
Now, will you be calling a finals game?
I am going to be calling a finals game on the radio next Friday afternoon. I was asked by Grant Merrill and his network that's going to be broadcasting all the 11-man state championship games, I believe, from the stadium at UCO. And I'll be doing that 3A championship game, which, let's see, we're talking, that's Lincoln Christian was leading Heritage Hall, and then was Holland Hall on the other side of that?
Holland Hall over Verdigris.
Yeah.
Those are both in the 4th quarter. Lincoln Christian just up 5, and Holland Hall up 22 over Verdigris.
So I'll start doing my prep work on that ball game probably tomorrow. I guess tomorrow. It's only Friday. I may give myself a day off and wait till Sunday to start prepping for that ball game.
It's a holiday weekend, Tom.
That's exactly right. I spent my Thanksgiving prepping for this game, so.
I bet you didn't eat any turkey, though.
Oh, I was eating turkey while I was prepping. I got gravy on my stat sheet, so.
I think what's more amazing about this game than Merrick Judd and Austin Fippen and Jen Lincoln is the fact that you and I have not fallen asleep with all the turkey that we ate. Deviled eggs and mashed potatoes, I'm assuming.
Yep.
You a gravy guy?
I'm a gravy guy.
All right.
I am a gravy guy.
I put gravy on about everything on my plate.
As I was disappointed because my mother-in-law, she usually makes a bunch of gravy, and we used it all, and she usually makes it all weekend long. But she didn't make any before I left, so I had to eat mashed potatoes and turkey without gravy before I came. My in-laws in Kansas today, so. But I'm going back tomorrow, and she promised me there'd be gravy.
Well, there you go.
So,
man,
we'll definitely take a bite of that.
I had 2 Thanksgiving meals yesterday, so needless to say, around 9 o'clock last night, I didn't know if I was going to get off the chair.
It is now 2nd down and 28, and during that last extended timeout, the officials and the Tyrone coaches were having a heated discussion. There's a long pass down.
Oh,
it's
that would have been
almost
picked.
Intercepted. I believe it's Pippen.
And his own guy knocked it out of his hands.
Yeah, it was Pippen who had it in his hands, and it was knocked away by Jaden Atkinson.
Pippen's trying to get himself in another part of the stat book.
Yes, he has 4 rushing touchdowns, 1 receiving touchdown.
At Washington, Rejoice Christian is a 1-score game now.
We thought that would be a good one. Rejoice Christian's been playing so well. And, of course, Washington, just a powerhouse, number 1 in the state.
Balco 45's Davenport.
Wow. I don't know if I saw the 45-point mercy rule come into play, but, boy, I'm very impressed with Balco Forgan.
And Shattuck beats Pioneer.
3rd and 28. This is Connor Witt.
Ooh.
And Merrick Judd tackles him, knocks him down at the 33. So he'll pick up 9, but it's going to be 4th down and a bunch.
It just seems like Tyrone is not engaged in the second half. I felt like, and really I felt like the position that they were in, I would have felt good about kind of where they were at in the first half, but they did not come out.
They've come out
ready.
very flat.
They've
come out very flat in the second half, and Roberto Hernandez will stand at his 22 and punt this one away.
Ooh,
and over in toward the near sideline, out of bounds, and Timberlake will get pretty good field position. Let's see where they're going to mark this at. I'd say about the 45. I'm going to put it at the 42. So to start the second half, Tyrone with 2 drives, and drives would be calling them nice. They've gone backwards both times. And so the Tigers will take over 1st down and 10. And they'll start this drive with 6 minutes and 25 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter.
They're going to go empty here coming out. Bet you they kick Judd in motion and hand it to him.
Put Judd in motion. They're going to hand off to him on the jet sweep.
Hold.
Boy, we've had a lot of flags tonight. 2 of them on this play. 3 now. I think that Josh Bell just said the magic word. That's a penalty would go against Timberlake. So it is a hold against Timberlake. And that second flag came after the play.
Oh, sideline warning.
So a sideline warning and no penalty. So back to the 32-yard line. We'll make it 1st down and 20. Just shy of halfway through the 3rd quarter. It's been all Timberlake tonight, leading 38-14. This is their 2nd possession of the 3rd quarter. They scored in their 1st possession. J.J. Pippen.
Oh, goodness.
Pinballs off of 2 defenders. And out to the 38-yard line, picking up 6. Maybe a little more. Yeah, we'll say 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
He runs so hard. Keeps his feet chopping and looks for contact, too, which is – with a kid that has the speed that he has, you normally don't see that mixture.
He's up over 150 now with 18 carries for 151 yards rushing. So he's got almost 200 yards total offense. Would you consider actually he does. He's well over 200 yards total offense with the receptions. Left side to Judd. Merrick Judd on the near sideline before he's taken out of bounds by Connor Witt. And they'll mark it at the 47-yard line, so a gain. Let's see, a gain of 15.
Well, that Morrison game went final. Morrison beats Tonkawa 12-0.
I picked Tonkawa on that one. I thought they would win it at home at Buck Field, but give it to the Fighting Corey Bales tonight.
You bet.
As the Morrison Wildcats move on. First down and 10 from the 47-yard line of Tyrone. Genlink, sidearms at left side, and they're going to blow this one dead like it's an incomplete pass. It was kind of a lateral, but they'll say it was forward. Tried to find J.J. Pippin.
Oh, goodness.
So it's second down and 10. Yeah, that right there was almost a backward lateral.
Yeah, it looked like it.
High formation, Genlink up under center. And they'll hand it off to J.J. Pippin. Pippin breaks free. Yep. 25-20. He's trying to run away. That was a great. That's Roberto Hernandez who saved the touchdown. And Roberto Hernandez is 6'5".
Can run.
He can. He loped down there, and J.J. Pippin thought he was going to score. And then he got shoved from behind, and he goes down at the 3.
Washington just scored again to go up 42-28 late in the third quarter.
That's a 50-yard run by J.J. Pippin. He's up over 200 now, and he is up over 1,000 yards for the season. Now at 1068 as I have him. First down and goal from the 3. And I got to give Roberto Hernandez a lot of credit to run him down and tackle him. Genlink to Judd, touchdown. Genlink's second touchdown pass of the night for his 24th of the season. Merrick Judd, his 15th touchdown reception, and that'll make it 44-14, the 3-yard hookup. So many weapons.
Well, this is where they've struggled tonight, so we'll see if they can clean this up.
1 2-point conversion, and all these touchdowns they've scored. Touchdown comes with 5:07 to play in the third quarter. Genlink, pitch right side. Judd for 2. That's a great job to draw everybody to Genlink, and Judd out there on the right side took it in. 5:07 to play in the third, 46-14. Timberlake flag on the play in the end zone. We'll keep it here. And it's against Timberlake. Left to try it again.
Well, we knew it was too good to be true because they converted a 2-point conversion.
Exactly. So Genlink to Merrick Judd, that's been a great hookup all season long. Last couple 3 years as well. So it's a hold, so put it back now to the 13-yard line. They'll go for 2 again.
One thing for sure that we know, the puppy chow is better than Timberlake's 2-point conversion ability.
I have got to say, I have got to give Robin Turney all kinds of credit. She sent the goodie bag, and they'll get the 2-point conversion. That is Avery Wallace with the catch from the 13-yard line. So, yeah, put him back 10 yards, makes it easier for him. Gives him some more room to throw it. Yep.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. 46-14 the score. You're watching the Game of the Week on Squirtle, brought to you by High Plains Insurance.
It's no secret Pioneer Cellular cares about the students of our communities because we're in your communities with more retail locations than any other carrier in Western Oklahoma. It's no secret that we provide opportunities for students to learn remotely with distance learning plans and MiFi devices. We also help these schools live stream their games so family members across the country don't miss the action. We sponsor schools and colleges because your children deserve the best. Pioneer Cellular. It's no secret.
.507 to play in the third quarter. Timberlake scores again. Makes it 46-14. Ethan Genlink to Merrick Judd. A 3-yard touchdown pass caps a 6-play, 58-yard drive in a minute and 18 seconds. And Timberlake Avery Wallace will kick it away. Ryland Johnson standing just outside his 20-yard line, but it's been all Timberlake tonight. Looking like it's going to be Timberlake and Mountain View Gotebo for the Class C state championship. That's not Ryland Johnson. That's Hernandez back there.
The big guy.
To the 25-yard line.
Good run. Good moves by the big man.
You're right. 29 tackled by Jaden Atkinson. First down and 10. They're going to mark it right at the 30-yard line. And that is where Tyrone will start the drive with 5 minutes to play. This second half, it is almost like Tyrone didn't come out of the locker room.
Oh, man. It has been an abysmal performance by Tyrone second half.
2 empty drives where they went backwards, and they've given up 2 Timberlake touchdown drives. 4 plays, 75 yards in a minute 2. 6 plays, 58 yards in a minute 18.
Ringling scores again to make it 35-26. Looks like they're going to win that game.
So they're up 9 now. On the jet sweep, there is Kane, and Kane will pick up about 3 or 4, but Timberlake has just shut that play down tonight. They've shut a lot down tonight. So a gain of 3. Eleven carries, 14 yards rushing for Dakota Kane, who averaged 7.7 yards a carry coming in. So second down and 7. Brian Severin, for what I understand, his pregame speech tonight, in no uncertain terms, he wanted his team to avenge what happened 50 weeks ago.
That's going to be
offsides.
offsides.
They have done that. They have done that tonight.
Yeah, you could tell they came out with a little extra. So did Pippen. I mean, he obviously is all effort every time we watch him play, but he just seemed possessed in this game. When he ran the kid over on the long run, it was kind of the start of things that we've been seeing ever since then.
Carter Sands lined up off sides.
That was really obvious from up here.
So second down and 2, 38-yard line. Great job of hospitality by the folks here in Woodward. They do a great job taking care of us. That's why they get a lot of these area tournaments, regional tournaments. I was in Kansas for a moment. They're talking about sub-state as there goes Dakota Kane. And he was tackled from behind by Caleb Ware.
We need to give a shout-out to Coach Glover down there from the OSSAA. I believe he's probably in town seeing his daughter and family for the Thanksgiving holiday, but he's the man on staff for the OSSAA this week, and it's always good to see him.
Had to work Thanksgiving weekend, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty busy week for the OSSAA on Thanksgiving weekend. Because every football team in the state wants to be practicing on Thanksgiving weekend.
Yes, they do.
First down and 10 at the 40-yard line. That's Witt at quarterback now, and Connor Witt tries to get to the edge. The ball was fumbled out of bounds. I think he'll end up losing yards. He'll lose a couple back to 3, back to the 38.
Well, Dewar is starting to pull away from ceiling, so we won't have a B1 sweep. We do have 3. Yes, we have 3 of the finalists will be, because Laverne, Shattuck, and Balco Forgan all won.
So I can't remember who. What's the matchup next week between what 2 will play? Is it Balco Forgan? No, it should be Shattuck and Laverne, isn't it?
I believe that's correct, and then Dewar plays Balco, right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Let me look at the Squirtle app, Tom.
That's what it's there for. Little reverse, and that is Connor Witt, nothing doing. Tyrone has gone backwards in the second half.
Yeah, it's going to be Shattuck, Laverne, and Balco and Dewar. I could see that Balco-Dewar game being an Enid or maybe Northwestern, somewhere like that.
Yeah, I could see it being an Enid.
Yep.
Okay, no gain on that carry. I want to figure out here. Let's see. Tyrone had 162 yards at halftime. If I get a break here, I want to figure out how many total yards they have in the game now because they've gone backwards. And now they'll burn a timeout. We'll take the break, and I'm going to figure out those numbers. 46-14, Timberlake, 2:33 to play in the third quarter. You're watching the Game of the Week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
Is your risk protection full of acronyms? PRFs, LRPs, the EUs, OUs, puts and calls?
This is Bambi from Sidwell Insurance.
And Brady from Sidwell Strategies. We put risk protection in practical terms. It's time to protect your crops and livestock.
Concerned about drought limiting your grazing or forage? Our pasture range item forage data takes 20 years of historical rainfall and calculates lost payments. Simply put, no rain means you get paid. Deadline is December 1st.
Call Sidwell Insurance and Sidwell Strategies at 800-299-2408.
Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales in Mino has what you need to keep your business rolling, whether over the road or on the farm. Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales has a current selection of highway and farm trucks to get the job done for you. From sleepers, day cabs, and grain trucks to dump trucks and more. Give Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales a call at 580-776-2245. Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales in Mino.
2:33 to play in the third quarter. Timberlake leads Tyrone 46-14. Okay, I figured it out. I had Tyrone for 162 yards of total offense at halftime. They now got 148.
So they've lost 14.
They've lost 14 yards in the second half. And on the scoreboard, they were trailing at the half 32-14. They've been outscored 14-0.
So lost 14 yards.
Giving up 14 points.
It has not been a very good second half for Tyrone, needless to say.
And coming out of this timeout, they'll be looking at 3rd down and 13 from their own 38-yard line. A year ago, it was much different. State championship game at Alva, Ranger Field, and it was Tyrone 41, Timberlake 20.
Looks like Collinsville scored late to beat Carl Albert 27-20, and then McAllister is going to beat MacArthur in 5A.
So Collinsville did win?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, one of my picks just went down.
Clinton beats Elk City 17-7. Good to see Elk City back and playing good football again. And then Tuttle also beat Poto 28-21. Coach Craig was all over that one.
Yeah.
And here's your 3A games. Heritage Hall leads Lincoln Christian late 20-19, and Holland Hall all over Verdigris 35-6. The Halls, the Battle of the Halls, it looks like.
Here's Connor Witt on the reverse. Now he tries to reverse field, and he'll pick up a couple to the 39, picking up 2. Timberlake has had everything sniffed out. Carter Sands with the tackle. Talking about Dakota Kane, and he's had a long night. He was getting looked at on the sideline. Looking at his hand. We hope he can get back in. Is he back in there now? I think he might be. 4th down and 11.
Jeez, drilled that punt. Oh.
Merrick Judd fumbles it. Needs to get on it. He does. It's about the worst thing Timberlake's done tonight, especially in the second half. He'll pick it up back at the 13-yard line.
Well, that and their 2-point conversions.
Yeah, that's right. The 2-point conversions, that's something to work on in practice this week.
That was overshadowed by Robbins' puppy chow in the last possession
exactly
we were talking about.
MVP up here in the press box, Robin Turney's puppy chow.
We're going to have her make snacks for all of our trips.
We know what she can do.
That's what the guys are expecting.
That's
the Rice Krispie treats, they were a big fan of those too as well.
We've got a lot of basketball coming up this winter.
That's true.
So Timberlake will take over with 1:45 to play in the third quarter at the 13-yard line. J.J. Pippen bus free.
He is gone like Lincoln Riley to LSU.
Kobe Williams, and later on, Caden Sanborn tries to catch him. Nobody will. J.J. Pippen, 87 to the house.
Stats.
I think they said 96. It's actually 87. I think the line of scrimmage was the 13-yard line, yeah. I'm going 87.
So what's that put him at? Almost 300 yards rushing?
Well, let's figure out. I can do, yep, he's up over 300. Well, no, just shy of 300 yards rushing. He had 201 before that carry. So add 87, that's 288. And he definitely, you got to feel good for that kid because he – a lot of frustration last year against Tyrone in that state championship game with the injury.
Yeah, and you remember how that happened last year in that game? The game was pretty well in hand.
Yeah, you're right.
It was a long pass, and the defender kind of came down on the back of his ankle, high ankle sprain. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I do. Out of Buffalo.
Yeah.
Carter Sands will try to get the 2, and that's the one thing they haven't done too well tonight. They'll come up empty. 1:31 to play in the third quarter. Timberlake now leads 52-14. We'll take a break. You're watching the Game of the Week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
Are you looking for a bank that provides excellent security and safety for your account information? Then Bank Central is made for you. When you use our website, bcna.com, you can pay bills, check account balances, download statements, and even manage your debit card. With our mobile app, you can do all that, plus make deposits as easily as taking a picture with your phone. Talk to a CSR at any of our 6 locations to find the products that work best for your banking needs. At Bank Central, we're centered on you. Member FDIC.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Let's take a look at the line for J.J. Pippen. 20 carries, 288 yards rushing. Touchdowns of 13 yards, 31 yards, 24 yards, 5 yards, and now 87 yards. Then add in the 45-yard touchdown reception as well. And he is making up for lost time after he struggled through that state championship game a year ago with the injury. He's not injured now. He is 100% and he's playing like it. It's 52-14. And Hernandez will pick up the kick on the bounce.
Severin.
Tackled by Severin at the 34-yard line. And a good night for Cade Severin as well. And so the drive will start with 1:23 to play in the third quarter. First down and 10 from the 34-yard line. And Tyrone, who is in negative yardage for the second half. And there is another carry by Dakota Kane. It comes up empty. J.J. Pippen with the stop. Gain of 2. That'll bring up second down and 8, the 36-yard line. Minute to play in the third quarter. At 52-14, it's all over but the shouting in this one. And the shouting could be coming from the far sideline relatively soon. Screen pass.
Got something here.
Out in the flat left side, Danny Sanchez pushed out of bounds at midfield by Merrick Judd. That'll be a first down. Probably their biggest gain of the second half. That's 14 yards.
Are we in positive yardage yet?
Yes, they would be in positive yardage. They would be in positive yardage in the second half. Sanchez's second catch tonight, his 10th of the season. Clock is stopped with 40 seconds to play. Well, so the defending Class C champions are 12 minutes and 38 seconds away from seeing their, I guess their reign will continue till next week, even if they're not playing in it. So I won't say that. There's Dakota Kane again. Across midfield or right down to the 46.
Lincoln Christian scored again on Heritage Hall. Now it's 27-20 because Heritage Hall had just taken the lead. Boy, that's a game.
Back and forth they go. And that should be the final play of the third quarter. Timberlake is 12 minutes away from the state championship game. A chance to play Mountain View Gotebo, who's a big winner over Waynoka tonight. As we go to the fourth, it's 52-14. You're watching the Game of the Week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
Eubank Haney Law Firm is proud to be a fan of high school sports. Andrew Eubank and Caleb Haney believe that clients deserve better. At the end of the day, that's how they measure true success. Their experience, confidence, and integrity ensures that your case will be handled in a reasonable, efficient manner, regardless of the legal situation you are facing. Get out of line and come to Eubank Haney Law Firm in Enid, Fairview, and Laverne. Call 580-234-4334 when winning is everything.
GSP Health is your source for quality health care for the whole family, with 4 convenient locations in Northwest Oklahoma to better serve you in Canton, Cherokee, Enid, and Medford, offering medical, dental, and behavioral health services, in-office and telehealth visits available. So call our office at 580-596-2800 or visit our website at www.gsphealth.org. Better access, better care, better health. GSP Health.
Fourth quarter, Tom Nelson, Adam Dieselhorst with you from Boomer Stadium in Woodward. Timberlake leads Tyrone 52-14. They're 12 minutes away from a date with Mountain View Gotebo next week for the Class C Gold Ball. And for Tyrone, it will be second down and 7 at the 47-yard line. High formation. Kobe Williams up under center. And they'll give it off to Dakota Kane. And, boy, he got that football and was pounded immediately by Avery Wallace. You know, we talk about J.J. Pippen tonight, but Avery Wallace has had a really good ball game.
Yeah, he has. We talked about the impact that he was transferring in and filling that spot of Schloop.
Boy, Dakota Kane, who's back in there after he's getting his hand looked at, but, boy, I tell you what, he's paid.
I'm getting some mixed information about the Heritage Hall Lincoln Christian game, but I guess Heritage scored with 50 seconds to go up 20-19, and then Lincoln Christian returned the kick 75 yards to the 25-yard line. Then big hit by Heritage Hall's Freeman, the one that signed with Texas Tech. Kid is a dynamic player. They called targeting, but supposedly the kid fumbled the ball, so it overruled the targeting, and Lincoln Christian scored the next play to win the game. And
wow.
End of the game.
So it's Lincoln Christian and Holland Hall State Championship? That's the game I'm calling
That's
next week?
the one you're calling. You better get your prep ready.
I'll be calling that one.
Between your turkey and your puppy chow.
On the radio next week, next Friday afternoon at 1 o'clock from UCO. 4th and 10. Hernandez will punt it. That'll take a Timberlake bounce. And out of bounds. So Timberlake will take over at the 25-yard line. It's been all Tigers all night long, but it's been all Timberlake in the second half as Tyrone has gotten nothing going on. They're barely in positive yardage in the second half. So from the 26-yard line, Timberlake will take over with 11:11 to play, and they lead 52-14.
Good run by Judd. Good cut.
Stays on his feet out to the 40-yard line. He'll pick up 14 yards.
It's just crazy to think that he is, I wouldn't call him a second option, maybe option B. I mean, because the kid is a stud too.
1A.
1A, yeah, you're
1A.
right. I mean, it is lights out when either one of those kids have the ball. Pippen's got the straight line speed, and Judd's a lot more, I think, more shifty, and they both can really run. I'd like to see him on a track.
1st and 10 from the 40. Option pitch right side. There's Judd again, and he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage this time. And it was Roberto Hernandez who took him down lightly behind the line of scrimmage.
And Hernandez has really stood out, in my opinion, for Tyrone. He's been the best player on the field for them. Good player. Good size, too, at 6'5", 200.
I want to see here how many runs for losses. Let's see, there's one that Timberlake has had tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 runs for negative yardage for Timberlake in the ball game. Second down and 13. This time it's Genlink going deep to Pippen.
Oh, what a catch.
And Pippen makes the catch at the 31.
I like the play call, too. They faked the speed option and just.
Pretty good coverage as well by Caden Sanborn. So the gain of 16. First down and 10. And he'll go deep again. Merrick Judd's wide open, and there's a touchdown.
Unbelievable.
And you know what it comes down to end this game? A two-point conversion. 31-yard hookup, and I got my numbers wrong. That last pass completion to J.J. Pippen was from the 37 down to the 31. That's 19 plus 13. That was 32, and then that one right there is 31. I'm trying to get my stat sheet right.
Well, let's see if they can end it here. I mean, obviously they have the history would tell you no.
They're going for 2 to end it, leading 58-14 with 9.5 to play.
Just run it.
Genlink, incomplete. We're still playing. Tried to find Avery Wallace, and that's the one thing that Timberlake will take out of this one. Can't get a two-point conversion. They've got, out of 58 points, they've gotten 2 of them.
Well, what's interesting is they kicked Carter Sands out in motion, the flats, and there was nobody out there. I mean, there was at first, but once Genlink dropped it to kind of run, that probably was the play to throw it out in the flats. But, I mean, you know, they haven't converted on two-point conversions all night, so, I mean,
keep going.
Why are we surprised?
Let's take a 30-second break and be right back. It's 58-14, 9.5 to play. You're watching the game of the week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
Well, Timberlake scores 4 plays, 74 yards in a minute 41. It's Ethan Genlink to Merrick Judd for 31 yards for the touchdown. Genlink for him. That is his third touchdown pass of the night. That gives him 25 in the season against no interceptions. His touchdown to interception ratio, 25-0.
That's decent.
This year. Yes, it is. And for Merrick Judd, his second touchdown reception of the night, and he has 16 on the season. Here comes the kick. Here's Hernandez, and he'll be tackled at the 37. So Timberlake now leading 58-14. They've got the 45-point mercy rule. That two-point conversion would have ended it, but alas, we keep going. And this drive will start with 9:24 to play. And first down and 10 from the 38.
That Dewar ceiling game is still going, 54-30. A lot of points over there.
Great season for Sealing. They're probably going to come up short tonight, but they battle through B1 and then make a nice run in the playoffs. First down and 10. Kobe Williams will counter give to Kane, but blow it dead.
Offsides.
Oh, that'll be 5. Make it 1st and 5. We'll move it out to the 43. Tyrone, good season for them. They won C1. 10-1 record coming in a year ago, 11-2, winning the state championship. In the playoffs, they beat Thackerville 57-12, and Midway last week 54-8. They average 44 points a game and give up 13. Timberlake has locked them down tonight. First down and 5 option, and Kobe Williams will keep it, and he'll pick up a couple to the 45. Talk about Timberlake a little bit. They come in averaging 52 points a game, giving up just 5. 7 shutouts this season, including 4 straight coming into tonight. Until tonight, they hadn't given up a point since October 22nd, a month ago. Brian Severin looking to pick up win number 207 in his career, and look for another state championship. They won that title back in 2009.
They just went backwards about a yard.
And the carry that time was Danny Sanchez.
Connor Griffin in there for Timberlake.
– 6'1", 270-pound junior on the tackle.
Big kid.
And back next year. So back to the 44-yard line. Third down and about 5. And this time, Kobe Williams gets around the left end and gets the first down. But, yep, you're exactly right. The flag back there where he tried to turn it up. So they'll move them back, and it will be third down and long. Third down at about, let's see, 12 or 13 maybe. Third and 15 by the time they knock it back to the 29-yard line. Wow, they move them back a ways.
So Coach Turney just gave me some useful information that we can talk about whenever a game is close to being a 45 is I believe Timberlake won the state championship in cross country.
Really?
And Merrick Judd was on that team this fall.
So he's already got a state championship under his belt. Williams
to get a
looking
pick.
Deep down. Oh, nice catch by Hernandez. Or was he in bounds? Nope, he wasn't. Made a nice catch, and Merrick Judd was in the coverage. So that will bring up fourth down and 19. And let's see how interested Tyrone is in extending this game if they go for it or punt.
I guess they punt it.
Maybe they'll go out. Nope, you're right. They will punt it. I think at this point, Tyrone does not want to get 45'd, which I can totally understand that as well.
Yep.
There's a high kick. Oh, it's going to – it's picked up. That's Wallace. And Wallace will get down to the 44. He's had a really good game tonight. Kind of Johnny on the spot, and that ball just hit him right in the hands. He said, okay, I'll take it.
What I found.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to McAllister and Collinsville. They'll be playing in the finals of 5A. Class 4A, we will have Tuttle and Clinton. Man, what a battle that'll be. Talk about two just perennial powers. 3A, we're going to have, as we talked about earlier on, Lincoln Christian will play Hall and Hall. And then obviously in 2A, those games are not final. But we do have Beggs advancing, we do have Marlowe advancing, and we do have Eufaula advancing. And Washington leads by 20 over Rejoice.
J.J. Pippin. I'm a little surprised J.J. Pippin is still in the game at this point after, keeping in mind how he got injured a year ago. You don't want to bring that up, but that is a storyline.
And in Class A, we will have a rematch of Pawhuska and Cashion, the game that last year I believe we had over 20,000 people watch, so that was pretty impressive. I don't know if we'll probably let the Cashion crew call that game just because we're trying to let our network schools call as many as we can, but I believe we will try to maybe do the Morrison-Ringling game. That's one of our options. So congrats to Morrison, another network school in the Squirtle Network that made it to the semifinals. Oh, look, they're going deep. Why not? Touchdown.
Here's your ball game.
There it is.
Merrick Judd, third touchdown reception of the night. And Timberlake has 45'd Tyrone. 40-yard touchdown pass. And Merrick Judd with his last 3 catches all for touchdowns. So 64-14 the final. Timberlake wanted to make a statement. They made a statement tonight.
Yeah, they did. I mean, but you talked about injuries and things like that at this point, this time of the year, if you want to try to get the game over with, and you could tell they did, move on to the next round. And, man, that game against Mountain View is going to be something else.
Boy, they've turned the scoreboard off already. They're on their way home here in the press box in Woodward. 64-14 the final. We'll start our post game after this. You're watching the Game of the Week on Squirtle, brought to you by High Plains Insurance.
Planning an auction? Look no further than JKJ Real Estate and Auction Company to sell your real estate, farm machinery, vehicles, and equipment. Contact Keith James and Jerry Junkie in Enid, Lon Sturgeon in Mino, Doug Walker in Crescent, and Chad Grebb in Helena, or LD Rapp in Wakita. Let their hard-working and experienced staff conduct a successful auction for you. Since 1968, JKJ Auction and Real Estate has been helping you say sold at 1301 East Willow in Enid, 580-233-9800 and jkjauction.com.
Protect your network with the most advanced security features available. With CanOkla's Managed Network Service, you can experience worry-free, managed Wi-Fi with automatic security updates and protection for all devices on your network. Be the hero by preventing viruses, blocking malicious websites, and receive alerts when suspicious activity occurs. Pair this with CanOkla's high-speed internet for the ultimate internet experience. Call 800-CAN-OKLA today.
CAN Oakland Networks is an equal opportunity provider, employer, and lender.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
State Senator Roland Peterson is proud to support and represent the players, coaches, and fans in today's game. Your state senator representing the 19th District, Roland is a second-generation farmer and educator, a man of faith, integrity, and family, and he is proud to be the voice of his constituents in Alfalfa, Garfield, Grant, and Kay County. Roland loves high school sports and knows that just being able to compete is a win. State Senator Roland Peterson, ensuring our faith, our freedom, and the future for our families for 4 more years, and thanking you for your support in the election.
It's no secret Pioneer Cellular cares about the students of our communities because we're in your communities with more retail locations than any other carrier in Western Oklahoma. It's no secret that we provide opportunities for students to learn remotely with distance learning plans and MiFi devices. We also help these schools live stream their games so family members across the country don't miss the action. We sponsor schools and colleges because your children deserve the best. Pioneer Cellular. It's no secret.
Is your risk protection full of acronyms, PRFs, LRPs, the EUs, OUs, puts and calls?
This is Bambi from Sidwell Insurance.
And Brady from Sidwell Strategies. We put risk protection in practical terms. It's time to protect your crops and livestock.
Concerned about drought limiting your grazing or forage? Our pasture range item forage data takes 20 years of historical rainfall and calculates lost payments. Simply put, no rain means you get paid. Deadline is December 1st.
Call Sidwell Insurance and Sidwell Strategies at 800-299-2408.
Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales in Mino has what you need to keep your business rolling, whether over the road or on the farm. Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales has a current selection of highway and farm trucks to get the job done for you. From sleepers, day cabs, and grain trucks to dump trucks and more. Give Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales a call at 580-776-2245. Sturgeon's Tractor and Truck Sales in Mino. Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
At Bellamy & Company, we know agriculture. Every day we actively value, market, and sell farmland and farm equipment. We also provide comprehensive insurance products for crops, farm equipment, and farm liability. This provides us a true understanding of the rural way of life, resulting in a better service for our customers. There is a difference. We'd be honored to show you. Find out more at callbellamy.com. That is callbellamy.com.
Alfalfa Electric Cooperative in Cherokee, Oklahoma is proud to be member-owned. We have been providing affordable and dependable service to communities in Oklahoma and Kansas since 1937. Ask about our Smart Hub app, where you can pay your bills, report outages, and check usage. At Alfalfa Electric Cooperative, we strive every day to be the best we can be, and we encourage all our local athletes to do the same. Go Chiefs!
On the football field, it's important to be able to count on your teammates. Looking for a teammate you can bank on? You found one at the Bank of Kremlin. They'll offer you a wide variety of services, including loans, CDs, and always great customer service. They are the team that offers more at the Kremlin, North Enid, Goltry, and Drummond branches, and at 430 South Oakwood. The Bank of Kremlin, banking with people you know. Member FDIC.
Now the Timberlake Tigers are on to the state championship game to take on Mountain View Gotebo as they dispatch Tyrone. Final score 64-14. Go back and recap the scoring. This might take a while. Timberlake scored in their opening drive, capped by a 13-yard J.J. Pippen run, 6-0 with 8:53 to play in the first quarter. They go up 12-0 on a Merrick Judd 57-yard run, 2 plays, 62 yards in 15 seconds. 2-point conversions for those first 2 touchdowns, no good. So it's 12-0 with 7.5 to play in the first quarter. Tyrone got back to within a touchdown, 2:37 to play in the first quarter on a 6-yard run by Connor Witt, 6-play, 70-yard drive in a minute and a half. 2-point conversion run by Danny Sanchez was 12-8, and that was the score at the end of the first quarter. J.J. Pippen scored, though, on the second play of the second quarter, a 31-yard touchdown run. Once again, Timberlake, no 2-point conversion. The pass failed. 8 plays, 60 yards, and 2:31, made it 18-8 at that point. And they pushed that lead to 26-8 with 5:45 to play in the second quarter as Ethan Genlink hit J.J. Pippen on a beautiful 45-yard touchdown hookup. Merrick Judd's 2-point conversion run capped a 3-play, 50-yard drive in 41 seconds, made it 26-8. Tyrone with an answer, their final points of the night, 2:52 to play in the second quarter. Ryland Johnson scored from 3 yards out, 2-point conversion run no good. Capped a 5-play, 53-yard drive in 2:53, 26-14 the score at that point. And then Timberlake scored with 2:09 to play in the first half, a J.J. Pippen 24-yard run. Capped a 2-play, 30-yard drive that took 37 seconds. That was the score at halftime. Timberlake 32, Tyrone 14. Tyrone comes out in the second half and goes backwards. Their first 2 possessions, 3 and out. Tyrone gives the ball, punts the ball back to Timberlake, takes over on their own 25-yard line. They score in 4 plays, covering the 75 yards in a minute and 2 seconds. J.J. Pippen, the 5-yard touchdown run. Another 2-point conversion, no good. It's 38-14 with 8:46 to play in the third quarter. They make it 46-14 when Ethan Genlink hit Merrick Judd on a 3-yard touchdown pass. And the 2-point conversion, Genlink to Judd, made it 46-14 with 5:07 to play in the third quarter. Capped a 6-play, 58-yard drive. It took a minute 18. And then it became 52-14 on an 87-yard touchdown run by J.J. Pippen. Capped a 1-play, 87-yard drive. Took 14 seconds. And that made it 52-14 after the 2-point conversion was no good. 1:31 to play third quarter. Timberlake scores with 9.5 minutes to play in the ball game, or in the fourth quarter, I guess. 58-14, that made the score as Ethan Genlink hit Merrick Judd for 31 yards. 2-point conversion, no good. Capped a 4-play, 74-yard drive in a minute 41, 58-14. And the ball game's in on a 40-yard touchdown pass from Ethan Genlink to Merrick Judd. And no 2-point conversion attempt because the ball game's over on the 45-point mercy rule. It stops with 6:19 to play in the ball game. Your final score is 64-14. Let's take a look at the numbers in this one. First of all, for Tyrone, 34 rushes for 206 yards. Leading rusher tonight was Ryland Johnson, 7 carries for 54 yards and a touchdown. Dakota Kane struggled. He had 15 carries for 18 yards. Danny Sanchez, 2 carries for 9. Kobe Williams, the quarterback, 3 for 17. And then Connor Witt had 7 carries for 18 yards, including a 6-yard touchdown run. So 34 for 206 on the ground. Through the air, they were 7 of 19 for 61 yards. Kobe Williams was 6 of 18 for 25. Ryland Johnson 1 for 1 for 36. So 54 offensive plays for 200. Let me see here. 267 total yards. So 267 on 53 plays for Tyrone in the contest. Timberlake, 700 total yards in the ball game. I'm just going to get that number out of the way first of all. 382 on the ground, 318 through the air, 32 for 382, including J.J. Pippen, 21 for 293 and 5 touchdowns. Merrick Judd, 3 for 68 and a touchdown. Ethan Ginlink, 2 for 8. Carter Sands, 6 for 13. Through the air, Ethan Ginlink, 14 of 23 for 318 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. And on the season, he now has 26 touchdowns and no interceptions going into the state championship game next week. Hopefully I didn't jinx him. Merrick Judd, 6 catches for 123 yards and 3 touchdowns. J.J. Pippen, 6 for 94 and a touchdown. Avery Wallace, who had a big game, 2 for 31 receiving as well. So 46 offensive plays, 700 yards of total offense for Timberlake. They're now 13-0, and Brian Severin wins his 207th game in his career, and he'll go for his second state championship next week, and they'll take on Mountain View Gotebo at a site to be determined. Thinking it might be either Alva or Swazu possibly. We'll just have to see. They played a game. They played the Waynoka Mountain View Gotebo game in Bethany tonight. I guess that could be an option as well when you're looking at it, because Waynoka and Timberlake are kind of in the same general area. Yep. So we'll see what happens there. Some final comments before we call it a night.
I mean, just impressive. We covered this team more last year. Obviously, we covered Timberlake early this year, the first game of the season, but they are going to be a difficult out. I hear a lot of great things about Mountain View. I know they're extremely talented. I just know if you're a fan of 8-man football and you're still out there listening, you need to tune into that game next week because it is going to be a classic, I think.
I'd like to thank the crew, Bryce Miller, our producer engineer, Caden LaFortune, and Still Miller. Not Still Miller.
Still Mason.
Still Mason. Can't read my own writing. Still Mason. He's one of the new guys on the team. So, and then, of course, John Cope coming up from Watonga to help us out tonight.
And he got a hoodie out of the deal.
He did. He got the neon. He will not get lost ever again wearing that hoodie.
I know some people in Watonga that are going to give me some crap about not having a hoodie and when he rolls up wearing one. Byron Cole being one. So.
But he earned it. He worked for it tonight. But we'd like to thank the Scortal crew and thank all the sponsors as well for helping out, because we cannot do these ball games if we don't have the sponsors.
Yep.
Congratulations to the Timberlake Tigers as they got a little payback tonight in a big way. The game ends with 6 minutes and 19 seconds to play in the fourth quarter on the 45-point mercy rule, and the Timberlake Tigers are on to the state championship with a 64-14 win over the Tyrone Bobcats. For the Scortal crew, I'm Tom Nelson. We'll talk to you somewhere next week, everybody. Good night.